Hello and good evening, and welcome to the Bubby's Barbecue T107 Tailgate pregame show. We are counting you down to kickoff right here. 29 minutes and 28 seconds, getting ready for the Hounds and the Cougars. This is Jeff Barnett with my wife Jenny Barnett and Jason Koger. Of course, back home here at Campbell Field on senior night right here. Hounds start district play tonight, looking to knock out the Letcher County Central Cougars. Hounds start the season, for real tonight, Jason.
Yeah, you always kind of think about the season in about three segments: your non-district schedule, then your district schedule, and then rolling into the playoffs. So now finally we're into that district portion of the schedule, and so these games, not that these other games didn't count, because obviously with the RPI they do count, but this will really determine the seeding in the first two rounds of the playoffs.
That's right. It'll determine whether the Hounds are here at home or whether they got to travel on the road. So you're exactly right. I mean, the Hounds need to come out, start district plays fast, and right here at Campbell Field, ready to go. We're going to go ahead and jump to our first break right here on the Bubby's Barbecue T107 Tailgate pregame show. We'll be right back to recap the Hounds and the Johnson Central Golden Eagles last Friday night as the Hounds beat down the Golden Eagles 56-51. You're listening to the Bubby's Barbecue T107 pregame show, counting you down to kickoff. 28 minutes and 25 seconds left until Red Hound football. We're going to take a 30-second break right here live on T107. Should I say the... Welcome back to the Bubby's Barbecue Tailgate pregame show. We are counting you down to kickoff. 33 minutes until Red Hound football live on T107. Jason, just to take a look at last Friday's game real quick with the Hounds and the Golden Eagles. Hounds move their record to 5-1 on the season and definitely look ready to go tonight. Jason, last Friday's game, Johnson Central just and we talked about it, while we were broadcasting the game, just an instant classic, crazy stats, crazy plays, just over the top in every way. Both teams' offenses firing on all cylinders. Jason, just your comments.
Yeah, it's like a tennis match is how I described it.
That's right.
Except teams were scoring touchdowns. You look to your right, there's a touchdown. You go back to the left, there's a touchdown, and back and forth all night. And that game for Corbin, they had a chance to go up 3 scores.
That's
and had
right.
a turnover in the red zone, but you give Johnson Central a lot of credit. I mean, they came back, took the lead with 2 minutes to go, but then, as we've said all year long, you got Cade Elam out on the field.
That's right.
You got a chance to win, and he proved it there.
Yeah, and you talked about quarterback Cade Elam. Just looking at Cade's stats, I mean, just crazy stuff right here. Cade Elam, 18 for 24 passing, 6 touchdowns, and only 1 interception. And then on the ground, 10 carries, on the ground for 142 yards and 2 touchdowns. As you just stated, Jason, just another unbelievable performance by quarterback Cade Elam.
Yeah, I mean, that's you think about the team there. Both teams combined over 1,200 yards of offense. I had a guy ask me about it just the other day. He said, was the defense that bad or the offense that good or what? I said, a little combination of
that's right.
Both.
Exactly.
To be quite honest with you, and so just a unreal high school football game. I think in probably my 20-some years of calling football, I can't remember a crazier game than that one, and luckily the Red Hounds came out on top.
That's right, and then just looking at taking a little bit of a deeper dive in the stats, I mean, the Hounds had 3 receivers over 100 yards each. I mean, you take a look at those stats. Noah Sima, of course, the really quick deep threat for the Hounds, can take the top off of any defense, that's for sure. Had 6 catches, 146 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then, of course, the X-Factor back, as we like to talk about all the time, Colton Creekmore, 5 catches, 118 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then the other X-Factor back, Cam Estep, coming off injury, 4 catches, 104 yards, and 1 touchdown. You look at those stats right there, 3 receivers, over 100 yards, and then you plug in Cade Elam's stats. I mean, those are a lot of stats, Jason, you see most of the time only on Sundays.
Yeah, Cade Elam, 570 yards of total offense.
Unbelievable.
Rushed for over 100 in that game as well. And 4 different Corbin receivers caught touchdown passes.
Yes.
And then you factor in, I can't remember the last time that 3 receivers would have been over 100 yards in a high school football game.
Yeah, exactly. Just crazy stuff, crazy stats, like we said before. But, Cade Elam and all his weapons doing their thing. And just looking at the first half of the football game as well, no punts at all, very high scoring. And the only stop was by the Hounds. Big play Trey, of course, interception, and the Hounds on top at the half at 35-29. And then, Jason, the second half fireworks continue as the Hounds and the Golden Eagles, put up a lot of points. But I love what you said. Many times in the football game Friday night, the last team with the ball wins.
Yep.
And that's exactly what happened. I mean, Cade Elam, 18-yard pass, 18-yard touchdown pass to Noah Sima, puts the Hounds up for good, and the Hounds get the big win last Friday night, 56-51.
Yeah, like I said, just a fun football game to call, and it's going to be interesting to see how this Corbin team refocuses back.
That's right.
Against Letcher County Central, because this team coming in here tonight, their record's 3-3, but
yes,
they are a dangerous football team. They are a well-balanced football team.
Exactly.
Can beat you on the run and also through the air, and also very well coached. So the Red Hounds better be ready to play here. Can't come out flat against the Cougars.
That's right, and exactly, you talked about the balance. We're going to talk about the balance of the Letcher County Cougars in just a minute. We're going to go ahead and take another break right here. We will be back to talk about how the Hounds offense matches up tonight with the Letcher County Central Cougar defense. Again, you're listening to the Bubby's Barbecue Tailgate pregame show, counting you down to kickoff. We're going to take a break for 30 seconds. You are live until Red Hound football, live on T107.
Course, against Johnson Central, passing game was working, and
that's right.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right.
And one other thing here too, JB, before we go any further, I want to welcome the folks in Letcher County.
That's right.
Who we are simulcasting with.
Good point.
And so we appreciate you guys listening to us from Whitesburg to Jenkins to Fleming Neon.
That's right.
All points in between. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
That's right. Welcome, guys, and we appreciate you listening live on T107 right here. And you just talked about my next point, Jason. Of course, Coach Sam Salmons always wants to talk about, having a really good run game. Just kind of Coach Salmons' offense starts there. So look for the Hounds, like you mentioned a minute ago, to really kind of work on their run game. We saw quarterback Kate Elam really throw the football all around the football field last week, of course, throwing 6 touchdowns. So to me, tonight, the Hounds get the ground game going against this tough Cougar defense. But I look for Cole Stevens to have a great night running the football for the Hounds.
Yeah, I do too, and I think you'll see some Clay Akins in there as well. Clay's come in and has done a good job. Maybe when Stevens has issues there, maybe need a little bit of a break or whatever. He comes in and does that, gives them a little burst of extra that they need. So.
Yes, exactly. And we talk about the Hounds being really physical. We talk about the run game. And, man, I'll tell you, you want a new addition to the Hounds' run game and the defensive line?
All right, guys, we're going to cut it down to Aliana down on the sideline. Aliana, take it away.
Hey, Coach, you're coming off a big road win against Johnson Central. What impressed you about your offense in that shootout?
Just the resiliency, keep playing 4 quarters, and a lot of grit, and making plays when it matters.
You've obviously been running an excellent program from your first year as a Red Hound. How does it make you feel to see so many of your players receive offers?
Repeat that nice question.
How does it make you feel to see so many of your players receiving official offers?
Oh, that's great. What we do, feel like kids deserve it. Great kids here, and that's if they're good enough to play college football, then we need to provide an opportunity.
And as we host Letcher Central tonight, what do the Red Hounds need to do to secure this victory here at home?
We got to come out fast and play to our ability. And the kids are excited. It's senior night, and we look forward to it.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, JB, back to you.
All right, we're going to go ahead and like I was talking to Jason just a minute ago, talking about the run game there. Coach Salmons always likes to talk about the importance of a good run game. And, I mean, when you look at the Hounds, of course, they're going to add a new addition tonight, and it's going to be big Malachi Brown. Of course, Malachi Brown, a sophomore, coming in with Coach Salmons, a huge offensive lineman. Can't wait to see Malachi Brown play tonight. He's offense/defensive lineman. I mean, just looking for big Malachi Brown. And, Malachi Brown, of course, Jason, going to set the tone for the physical toughness of the Hounds tonight.
I can't wait to see that kid in a Red Hound uniform out there tonight, and that's going to be something that, the defense has played as well. It's kind of held the ship together.
That's right.
That's going to be a big piece. That's going to be a difference maker on that defensive side of the football.
I think so. And, Coach Salmons talked about in the coaches show, what a difference Malachi Brown can make. And just look, we've seen him all season working hard in practice, getting ready to go. And tonight, of course, the Hounds going to unleash their new weapon, Malachi Brown. We're going to go ahead and take another break right here. When we get back, we're going to talk about the defensive matchup between the Hounds and the Cougars. You're listening to the Bubby's Barbecue T107 Tailgate pregame show. We're counting you down to kickoff right here. 20 minutes left on the clock until Red Hound football live on T107. 30 seconds. All right, welcome back to the Bubby's Barbecue Tailgate pregame show. 19 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock until Red Hound football. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the big defensive matchup tonight between the Hounds and the Cougars. And, of course, Jason, just looking at the Cougars' offense, you talked about it just a minute ago. The Cougars have a balanced offensive attack, 108 pass attempts and 167 rushing attempts. But, again, to me, tonight, the Hounds defense has to look first. I mean, looking at the stats, looking at the ground game for the Cougars. The Cougars, 3 good backs in the backfield, Williams, Smith, and Johnson. Really kind of a, Hounds moving in district play right here, kind of a 3-headed monster at running back for the Cougars tonight.
Every offense wants to establish the ground game, and every defense wants to take away the ground game. And so I think that's a perfect example here tonight against Letcher Central. They're averaging about 6 yards a play.
That's right.
On the ground. And as you said, they're very balanced as well. But I think if the people that can control the ground game, you got a good chance of winning. I mean, case in point, look at what Johnson Central was able to do with their ground game and attack from anywhere. So I think if Corbin can limit the big plays on the ground and get them into 3rd and long situations, because they're only completing passes at about a 55% rate.
That's right.
9 interceptions on the season and 10 touchdowns. So.
Yeah, and that was my next point, of course. You look at the quarterback for the Cougars, Gunnar Holbrook, 10 touchdowns, but definitely 9 interceptions. So, with the ball hawks in the secondary for the Hounds, I think the Hounds have, really a defensive advantage, on the back end and can come up with some loose picks in the football game. You look at the Hounds stats tonight, 7 interceptions on the year so far. Cam Estep leading the way with 3. And when you want to have playmakers, I mean, Cam Estep can do it all. So Cam Estep just doing a great job, again, coming off injury there and, leading the Hounds in interceptions with 3. So just, I look for the Hounds tonight to really play good, smart football like they did last week against Johnson Central, just good assignment football. And, lead first with that ground game, get the ground game going, and then you let the defense take over this football game. So it's going to be a fun one. The Hounds definitely right here going to start district play, and this is the road to Kroger Field right here in the start of the season, a new season, if you will, for Red Hound football. And we're going to go ahead and take our final break, and when we come back, we will get the final thoughts on the Hounds and Cougars, and, of course, JB Keys to the game. Again, you're listening to the Bubby's Barbecue T107 Tailgate Program Show. We're counting you down to kickoff. 19 minutes and 2 seconds left on the clock until Red Hound football. We are live right here, going to take a 30-second break live on T107.
Tonight's field, they are dedicated to supporting and strengthening our community. Thank you, Grace Health, for all you do and for making tonight's senior night and Grace Health Bowl possible. I want to let you know of a couple things. Fundraisers tonight. The dance team, Split the Pot. They have $2 for a ticket. You can get 3 for $5, 7 for $10, or 15 for $20. That helps raise money for their trip to nationals. They're also selling pom-poms, sunglasses, clappers, thunder sticks, and good old cowbells. Go see them for their fundraising. Also, the Corbin Primary PTO is selling merchandise including shirts, sweatshirts, blankets, crock charms, and more, located by the entrance.
Football show and the Bubby's Barbecue T107 Tailgate pregame show live on T107. 5 minutes. Yeah, thank you.
To all Corbin High School athletic events. So let's thank all the corporate sponsors for their continued support of Corbin High School athletics. I want to remind you that at halftime tonight, remember this, at halftime, we have the opportunity to help our neighbors in Tennessee, in western North Carolina. During the halftime festivities, members of the Corbin High School band and the Corbin Middle School cheerleaders will be passing bags through both sides of the stadium. No monetary gift is too small to help those impacted by the hurricane in the mountains. Money will also be accepted tomorrow through Oktoberfest on Main Street in front of Harvey's on Main, which is the old J.C. Penney building. Thank you for your prayer and your contributions to Appalachia. That will be at halftime. Also want to let you know about our food trucks over there. Old Town Grill is in the house. Also the Corbin High School softball team. Pork tenderloin sandwiches, baked beans, grippos, and lemonade or sweet tea they have for you. We have an ice cream truck, and the cheer team is selling cotton candy and CHS flags. There's also a concession stand with a lot of great food for you to avail yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand and remove your caps as we prepare for the pregame prayer given by Addie Foley, a senior cheerleader here at Corbin High School, immediately followed by the national anthem by your Corbin High School band. Please remain standing until the flags have left the building. As the flags come to the field, you'll notice the color guard for tonight: Caleb Farmer, Jeffrey Casey, Caleb Castell, and Hunter Johnson.
Corbin returns to Campbell Field tonight to open up the district portion of the schedule against the 3-3 Letcher County Central Cougars. The 5-1 Red Hounds are fresh off that dramatic win at Johnson Central, and they will look to make a statement tonight that the road to the District 7 championship does indeed travel through Corbin. Hello, everybody. I'm Jason Coger alongside Jeff and Jenny Barnett, and we appreciate you for joining us here on T107 for Red Hound football, and we also want to welcome in our listeners from Letcher County tonight on the simulcast. So, folks in Whitesburg, thank you so much for joining us here tonight as we bring you Red Hound football, and also would be Cougar football as well.
That's
JB,
right.
This is the opening game for both teams in district play tonight, and it's also senior night. How do you think the Red Hounds are going to handle all this emotion around these? It's an emotional time for these seniors. How do you think everybody kind of responds to that?
Well, I think, you mentioned being emotional night. Of course it is senior night, but I mean, to me, you look at last week's game, the Hounds coming off a 56-51 big, huge win against the Johnson Central, Golden Eagles. So, you roll in here senior night against Letcher County Cougars, a really good, solid football team at 3-3. You got to be ready to go. You can't, celebrate last week. You got to come in here and play good Red Hound football right here on senior night.
And a good crowd here for senior night. A little bit of technical difficulties going on. 2 scoreboards here. One is a video board here at Campbell Field, which also acts as a scoreboard. And then we have a scoreboard that we face that we use the majority of the time. That sucker is dark right now.
That's right.
There's not a light bulb on that thing, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. And me being part of the Corbin schools, trying to help with that as well, getting some phone calls and texts on that. And so trying to do dual duty here tonight. But, JB, keys for tonight for Corbin to win this game.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, JB, keys to the game tonight. Offensively, we talked about in the pregame show, I can't wait to see on offense. We saw the Hounds offense last week right off the scoreboard with a passing game, but I think the running game gets going tonight for the Hounds, and leading rusher for the Hounds, Cole Stevens. So look for the Hounds to really get the running game going tonight. Number 2 defensively, the Hounds are ready to go, really looking to stop that run first, get the Cougars behind the chains, and then force Gunnar Holbrook to have to throw the football down the field, and so come up with those loose balls. So definitely come up with some turnovers tonight. And then number 3, play good, smart Red Hound football. And, of course, always, we've seen the Hounds, with their record at 5-1, have some penalties. So definitely lose, you want to limit those penalties. And then number 4, of course, senior night right here at Campbell Field. I mean, just a great night for the Hounds, just celebrating all these seniors. And, you want to end this thing right here on senior night. And I think the Hounds do that and get the big win.
Well, we're counting you down to kickoff. 3 minutes and 43 seconds away. We'll take a 1-minute break. And when we come back, we'll have the kickoff between Corbin and Letcher County Central in district action. This is Red Hound football on Team 107.
Ever heard the phrase big enough to serve you, small enough to know you? It's true at Hometown Bank. From the easy-to-use mobile app to online banking and even bill pay, Hometown Bank has everything you need to make banking easier. Whether you need to make a mobile deposit or would rather stop in and see a friendly, smiling face in person, Hometown Bank is here and ready to help. Stop in and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Need auto repairs? Then you need Owens Auto Repair. Owens offers a wide variety of parts and services. You'll find all the top name brand batteries and tires to a full line of truck and auto parts. Utility beds, Sherman-Williams auto paint, weather guard toolboxes, custom-made hydraulic hoses, and yes, service work for cars, trucks, and RVs. Whether it's auto repairs or just a battery or new tires, Owens Auto Repair has you covered. Owens Auto Repair, serving you for more than half a century. Located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin.
Welcome back to Campbell Field, home of the Corbin Red Hounds. Just a great crowd here on hand to watch Corbin and Letcher Central as we're awaiting the coin toss, and the captains are at each opposing sideline. JB, this is you get into district play. This will be the last year of this district alignment.
Yes.
Letcher Central will drop down from 4A to 3A. Harlan County will be 5A. Right now they're dropping to 4A to come in to take this spot. So next year you'll have Corbin, Whitley County, Perry Central, and Harlan County in this district. But for right now, you got Letcher Central, and then you got Perry Central traveling to Whitley County tonight to face off.
Yeah, just a good district play right here. I mean, of course, you mentioned Perry County Central, you mentioned the Whitley County Colonels, and of course right here Letcher County. So the Hounds looking to get the district playoff started on the right 5 foot. And, so I have to look for the Hounds to come out, start fast, and play good football. And as you mentioned the coin toss tonight, of course, all the seniors, of course, we want to celebrate senior night right here at Campbell Field. So all the seniors really kind of coming out here as captains. So really a good sight to see right here at Campbell Field.
When you look at the RPI right now in 4A, you kind of look at the different districts, and you kind of look on the east side and the west side.
Yes.
We're going to focus on the east side, districts 8 through 5. You've got Corbin as the top team in District 8. You got Boyle County as the top team in District 7. This is according to the RPI.
Yep,
and then
exactly.
that 6th district with Ashland, Greenup County, and Johnson Central. That's going to be a battle. I think that's going to be the most interesting district to watch as the next couple of weeks unfold.
I think so. You're exactly right. Just two good football teams are ready to go and ready to battle it out. And then, when I look at the Hounds and how they're playing football, with the great record and just continuing success, I mean, you look like, the Hounds in Boyle County may be on it, according to how kind of the schedule and all the RPI stuff, works out. But, man, again, the Hounds and the Boyle County Rebels may be on a collision course right here, and hopefully, how it works out maybe right here at Campbell Field.
Yeah, in the last district, their District 5 is Cub Cath.
Yep.
They're according to the RPI, and that can change.
Yes,
and
yes.
We'll kind of watch that over the next couple of weeks. We'll take a look at the coin toss there. Letcher County Central calls tails. And so they've won the toss. And they'll choose to. They're going to receive.
Yes. Yep. And last week, Jason, of course, we saw Johnson Central receive, and the Hounds took advantage of that and got the 2-for-1. So be interested to see tonight if the Hounds defense gets the stop and how it works out. See if the Hounds can get the 2-for-1 tonight.
So the Red Hounds will be kicking from right to left to start this first quarter. Letcher Central will be receiving the ball, and they'll be moving left to right on your radio dial as just an absolute beautiful day today.
Perfect. Yes.
And just a fantastic night, fall night for football.
Yeah, Friday night. Friday night lights right here. You couldn't, want it any other way right here. And, we always talk about the Red Hound seniors, the Red Hound players. Would they want to be anywhere else, anywhere in time right now? Of course, they want to be right here protecting the turf at Campbell Field, moving into district play. So, man, got the spirit line, you got the fireworks flying, and hopefully for the Red Hounds tonight, a lot of cannon shots as the Red Hounds run onto the field.
Well, the lights just went out. I'm really hoping that that's for dramatic effect.
That's right.
As we have been having electrical issues here at the stadium. Started at about 5 o'clock today. The power on this side of the press box went out, and now lights back on. So that's a good thing. Right?
Ready to go.
Maybe that was just for dramatic pause.
That's right. Yeah, Hounds ready to go. 12 minutes on the clock, first quarter. Just going to be a great night right here. And like we said in the pregame show, the Hounds, starting district play. You want to get that train moving towards Kroger Field. So I look for the Hounds to come out right here and on defense, set the pace, set the tone, and take control of this football game early.
Radio is called Theater of the Mind, so
That's
we
right.
just had a little bit of a dramatic pause there.
That's
but
right.
The lights are back on. Scoreboard across the way, still not on, but it may not make it here.
Yeah,
Both teams to their sidelines. Noah Sama, what a weapon.
Yes.
I think that he kicked it into the end zone for a touchback every time but once.
Yes.
And he is just a huge weapon. He looks like he's fired up as the seniors. And, JB, these seniors, they've had a great career so far, but they're like to put a couple of more gemstones in their crown, if you will.
Exactly. The Hound seniors have had, they started, of course, in 8th grade with a Kentucky Middle School State Championship and just carried right through. So their senior year, and they're not done yet. So they're ready to go right here, enter district play. And you're right. Take advantage of number 2, Noah Sima, really kind of setting the tone, getting those touchbacks. And, man, we've seen tons and tons of touchbacks this year, and it really sets your defense up right here for success on this first possession for the Letcher County Cougars.
Had a little something to do with that state championship at the middle school level.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. I had a lot of good fun last week at the show, the coaches show with Coach Luke Sammons. Had all the seniors in and got to ask those guys a lot about their experience. And they loved it. They're ready to go, and they were happy about that state championship. But man, in middle school, but they're looking to add a notch to the belt right here and a championship belt in high school football right here.
Kick is away, but whistles blow it dead before Simon's foot can get to it. I don't know if we had somebody offsides or not beat Simon to the ball.
Yeah, just kind of waiting for the flag right here. Going to maybe reset the kickoff.
Now I think maybe we're ready. I don't think there was any penalty there. Just maybe one of the officials not ready for that
I think
kick.
so. Yeah, I think so. So the hands look to kind of reset and Noah Simon looking to get that another touchback for the Hounds, and that's so crucial in the special teams. And I think the Hounds have been winning the special teams battle all season long, and it starts right here with kicker number 2 Noah Simon, setting the tone, and hopefully right here for the Hounds getting the touchback.
So Simon will tee it up near the hash mark close to us here. Kick is away, end over end, angling to the left side of the end zone.
There we
go.
go
in for the touchback, and Letcher Central will start from their own 20.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it at the coaches show there. I mean, does Noah Simon have a lot of different kicks, or does he just let it go? And Noah Simon doing another good job right there, setting up the Hounds defense for success, getting that touchback and not allowing any return. And man, big number 0 right here, Jason, stepping on the field. And when you look at Malachi Brown, I like to say big, bad Malachi Brown. He looks great in a Red Hound jersey right here.
Letcher Central coming off that big win against Breathitt County, 41-18 last Friday night. And our first offensive look at the Cougars from their own 20. Shotgun formation. Sends a man in motion from right to left, and the quarterback, Holbrook, will keep it himself, get out to about the 23. Nice run by the sophomore.
Yeah, a really good run in there by Gunnar Holbrook. Holbrook can run the football if he needs to. Eli Petrosky, and again, we just talked about him making his presence felt on the very first play as a Red Hound. Big Malachi Brown closing the door in there at the Hounds defensive end.
Ball on the near hash as the Cougars are moving from left to right. Shotgun formation. One wide out here to the near side. 3 wide outs bunched close to the line of scrimmage to the wide side of the field. Now they'll look to the sideline for the play. Williams now a pistol formation as Williams behind Holbrook. And Williams gets the call, goes off the left tackle, gets across one tackle, across the 30, out to the 31. And that'll be a gain of 7 on that second down run by Williams. And it'll be good enough for a Letcher Central first down.
Jace Hatfield, number 76, and number 11, Zach Reynolds in on the hit, doing a good job for the Hounds defense. But you're right, Jason, just kind of a run to the left side for the Cougars and move the football and move the chains. We talked about it in the pregame show. You got to find those running backs for the Letcher County Cougars.
First and 10 for Letcher Central from their own 31. Ball in the middle of the field, shotgun formation again. Got a tight end lined up to the left side, 2 guys in the slot. Now they'll move a man in motion from right to left. That's Smith. Smith gets the toss. And
there we go.
Closes the gate on the outside. Still haven't brought him down, but he'll finally go down about the 27-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 on the play, and we'll bring up 2nd and long coming up for the Cougars.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the Hounds move Malachi Brown on the inside, and then number 11, Zach Reynolds, and Sean Brooks come up, make that hit, and really Zach Reynolds setting the edge for the Hounds defense right there. So really good kind of, pressure defense there, and kind of gets the Letcher County Cougars behind the chains in this 2nd and long situation.
Loss of 3 on the play, so it'll be spotted at the Letcher Central 28. 2nd and 13, ball on the near hash. 10:32 to go in the first, and no score. 2 wide outs to the left. Shotgun formation. And Williams gets the call running off the left side. And gets across the 30 and still on his feet, fighting for additional yardage, but the whistle was blown, stopping his forward progress at right around the 33-yard line.
Yeah, Keegan Reeder in on that hit right there. And, again, we talked about it. I mean, just the running game there. We saw Williams pounded up in there. Williams, a good back. We mentioned the three-headed monster of Williams, Smith, and Johnson. And, the Hounds definitely, got to stop the run first and put the Letcher County in that third and long situation with the Hounds kind of got the Cougars behind the chains right here.
3rd and 8 coming up here for Letcher Central, and that's one of the things we talked about. Can they make them look like a passing down at least?
Exactly.
3rd and 8.
Exactly.
Shotgun formation with Williams to the right of Holbrook. They'll send Kinser in motion from right to left. Holbrook takes the snap, rolling to the near side. Protection breaking down. He's just going to throw it away, incomplete. And so the Red Hounds, after giving up the first down there, shut the door on the Letcher Central offense, and looks like maybe it's a punting situation coming up.
I think so, yeah. No big deal right there. The Cougars get one first down. The Hounds, you get the shut down the Cougar offense right there. And so the Hounds get ready to return the punt. And, we talk about field position all the time. And the Hounds, after this punt, should have really good field position for quarterback Cade Elam and company.
He step at his 35 as Smith's punt is away, and E-Step's going to let it roll across the 25 to the 21-yard line, and that's where the Red Hounds will take over with 9:12 to go here in the first quarter. Still no score. Opening possession coming up here for the Red Hounds.
Yeah, the Hounds, you look at that, you think the Hounds going to get, like I just said, really good field position, but a great punt right there by the Cougars. So the Hounds, right around their own 20, 21-yard line to start their first offensive possession right here.
Ball on the near hash. Red Hounds moving from right to left. They're in the red jerseys with the silver pants, red and white stripe down the side, silver helmets with the iconic Corbin C on the side. There's the snap, and Elam swings it out quickly to E-Step across the 21 to the 22-yard line. And short gain on first down on the pass play will make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, the Hounds going to attack quick right here. Hounds in a trip formation and just throw it out to the trip side with the running back Cam E-Step, who's got 26 catches, make that 27, 406 yards and 3 touchdowns. So quarterback Cade Elam kind of getting the call right here to set up the Hounds offense.
Ball on the far hash from their own 23. 2nd and 8 for Corbin. Shotgun snap. Elam pump fakes. Now he takes off, running off the right side. And will be tripped up at the 28, falls forward to the 30, depending on the spot. May have the first down. Going to be just shy of it by a yard.
Yeah, just a good decision there. We talked about, Letcher County, pretty good on the back end at creating turnovers. But, again, you got senior quarterback Cade Elam, going to make a good decision, decides to pull the football down and get what he can get. And, man, just a 3rd and short right here.
3rd and 1 coming up for Corbin. Shotgun formation, 2 backs either side of Elam. You have Creekmore and Petrosky, the 2 receivers, here to the near side. Now, that is a nice job of Elam getting right under center, reading that, and just gets the first down, picks up about 3 yards on the play, and it's a first down for the Red Hounds.
And you talk about moving the chains right there, and quarterback Cade Elam reading the situation. I mean, Cade, he's got a lot of freedom back there being a senior. If he sees certain numbers in the box, he calls the run. If he sees, a different number in the box, he's going to throw the ball. And if you're going to give, quarterback Cade Elam a run, he's going to line up under center and take the snap, move the chains. So, again, another great decision by quarterback Cade Elam.
2 wide either side for the Red Hounds as he'll move Stevens over to the left, fakes the handoff, swings it over here to E-Step. E-Step breaks out of 1 tackle, can't get away from the second guy from Letcher Central as he'll be dropped at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, and I really like kind of the play design right there. You get the RPO action with Hounds rushing leader Cole Stevens, and then quarterback Cade Elam pulls the ball, kind of runs it to the left, hits Cam E-Step kind of on a little bit of a screen out to the left side. But, really good play design, but unfortunately for the Hounds, really not much result right there to get the Hounds to 2nd down.
Loss of a yard, 2nd and 11 for Corbin from their own 32. Swing it over to E-Step, complete. Across the 30, the 35.
There he goes.
Down the far sideline. Could be gone. 30, 20. He's going to the house. Touchdown, Corbin.
My goodness, and that's what those, to me, Jason, those X-Factor backs can do. We saw Cam Estep on the previous play get a little bit of screen to the left and kind of get tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. But I tell you what, you just get him out in space to the right side right there, get him a couple blocks, he gets north and south in a hurry and gets to the end zone. A huge, huge, huge play right there from quarterback Cade Elam to Cam Estep for the Hounds' first offensive score tonight.
68-yard touchdown pass from Elam to Estep and gets Corbin on the board with 6:39 to go in the first quarter. Simon's kick is through the uprights, and it is good. And the Red Hounds, with their first possession, they march it down the field, 79 yards to pay dirt, and they take a 7-0 lead with 6:39 to go in the first. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. This is Red Hound football on T1073.
You know Mountain Dew is like no other soft drink on earth. That's because Mountain Dew is the boldest soft drink the world has ever seen. Today, Mountain Dew, the most iconic flavor in the history of soft drinks, has spawned a new generation of outrageously craveable flavors that share its glory, like Mountain Dew Major Melon, Mountain Dew Code Red, Mountain Dew Spark, Mountain Dew Voltage, and Mountain Dew Livewire. So here's to the neon royalty of Dew and the Dew flavors that have come after it, the boldest flavors on earth.
They cash in on it. A 68-yard touchdown pass from Elam to Estep, and about 3 minutes off the clock on that drive that started from their own 21.
Yeah, just a great start right there. You know, the Hounds get the stop on defense. Kind of, the Cougars got a good punt, but really the Hounds strike back really quick, and that just speaks to the offense. The Hounds, of course, scored 56 points last week against Johnson Central, and right here, don't disappoint coming out firing on all cylinders to put up the quick touchdown right here early in this first quarter.
Simon will tee it up just outside the near hash mark, kicking from right to left. Puts his right foot into it, and it's end over end, and it will sail into the end zone for another touchback.
Yeah, exactly. Touchback number 2 right there. You got 2 kickoffs, you got 2 touchbacks, and when you got a kicker that can really, set up the defense for success. I know sound like a broken record, excuse me, Jason, but it's really, really important. A lot of times you look at the 3 phases of football, and a lot of people look at the offense and the defense and kind of, just kind of put to the side special teams. But right there, man, special teams coming into play big time for the Hounds.
Gunnar Holbrook, just a sophomore, off to a great high school career. Shotgun formation here for Holbrook and company, backs on either side. And he'll hand off to Johnson off the left side. Barrels his way across the 20 out to maybe the 21-yard line. And it'll be a gain of 1 and bring up 2nd and 9.
And there's big bad Malachi Brown right there on that hit, and we see Malachi lined up at the defensive end, and you just talked about the run to the left side. Malachi playing the opposite side defensive end, but able to kind of close the play down and make the hit from the backside. So great job by Malachi Brown, number 0 for the Hounds.
2nd and 9 from their own 21. Should be a law. You can't be that big and wear number 0, right?
That's right.
Shotgun formation here, 3 trip receivers bunched here to the near side. Pass on its way, and it'll be incomplete. As nice job by Nashawn Brooks there.
Yes.
Who was battling Jet Outlaw for the football.
Man, I love the name right there, Jet Outlaw. How cool is that right there for Letcher County? And Nashawn Brooks, number 8, one of the Hounds, of course, defensive backs in the back end. We saw Nashawn Brooks go for the pick 6, but a really good coverage, kind of over the top. Didn't let Outlaw really get kind of deep on him. And number 8, Nashawn Brooks, does a great job in pass defense right there for the Red Hounds.
And I was hoping to get to call that name.
I know it. That's
already
cool.
In the books, right?
I love it. That's awesome.
5:52 to go here in the first quarter. And Corbin on top 7-0, but Letcher Central, 3rd and 9 from their own 21. Empty backfield, shotgun snap. Trying to set up the wide receiver screen, and Corbin was all over that.
Man.
Goes incomplete. They'll rule it a forward pass. and it'll be 3 and out for the Cougars.
Yeah, just a good job again by number 8, Nashawn Brooks. I mean, the Cougars come out in that trips formation to the right, offensive right, and Nashawn Brooks sees the, kind of the rocket screen out there and just instantly attacks the football and, knocks the football away. So, again, a game of field position right here. Hounds should get really good field position, to start this second possession for the Hounds offense.
Smith will be punting the football for Letcher Central. Here comes the pressure. Almost got the block on the left side as this punt angles to the near side to the Letcher Central bench, and it'll go out of bounds right at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, just again, another good job by the defense, and it's a battle of field position a lot of times. We saw Letcher County get the really good punt on the offensive first possession for the Cougars, but right there, Hounds got instant pressure in the backfield and kind of forced a bad punt. So the Hounds, take over right about midfield right here. So look to the Hounds offense to take advantage of the really good field position right here.
3 wide outs to the right. Petrosky, Creekmore, and E-Step for Cade Elam out of the gun. Takes the snap, looking to the far side, has it complete to E-Step. Catches it at the Letcher Central 48, and he's spun down right there. Nice open field tackle by the Cougars.
Yeah, really good job right there out in space on Cam E-Step. Of course, Cam E-Step took one to the house on the last possession, so really good job by the Cougars defensively to get Cam E-Step down. And you look at those numbers up in the box, Jason, it wouldn't surprise me, in the least right here if quarterback Cade Elam doesn't, get the run game going right here.
Gavin Brown was on the stop there for Letcher Central. One of the things that we kind of watched Corbin do in that opening series, JB, was just try to do a little swing pass and let their playmakers make a play, and finally it worked with E-Step. But here's a handoff.
There he goes.
To Stevens, across the 40, the 35, and tripped up right there. I thought he might have a chance to take it to the house, but he got tripped up right at the 34-yard line, but it'll be good enough for a Red Hound first down.
Yeah, and just looking at the Hounds offense, I mean, if you're a Letcher County Cougar, the defense coordinator for Letcher County, you saw the 56 points last week, so the Cougars got a 3-man front in there, but like we just said, if your quarterback Cade Elam, you see the 3-man front, you got the box count, you're going to give it to number 27 Cole Stevens.
13-yard run there for Stevens. Shotgun snap. Now they'll pitch it to Stevens. Has a seam. Across the 35, 30, 20, down the near sideline and knocked out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Man, just a good run right there. Good decision again by quarterback Cade Elam. And you talked about it earlier, Jason, just how the Hounds throwing it out to their athletes, those X-factor backs as we like to call them. But, Cade Elam seeing that, they're going to, the Hounds going to force Letcher County to come up in the box.
Shotgun formation, 2 wide outs to the right, 2 wide outs to the left. Now they'll look to the sideline for the play, but give a lot of credit to that offensive line.
That's right, yes.
Braxton Tolliver over there opening up some holes, as well as Hinkle. Shotgun snap for Elam. Plenty of time. Looking to throw, still looking. Now he'll drift to the near side. Now he's got a guy in the back of the end zone. That's Creekmore.
Wow.
I think maybe he was looking at Brooks, Sama, but Creekmore came in with the catch, and the Red Hounds have the touchdown from 14 yards out.
Man, just a great job right there. And I'll tell you, you talked about it right there, Jason. The offensive line doing a great job in pass protection. I mean, Cade Elam could have ate a ham sandwich back there, pitched a tent, whatever you want to say. And then, man, just takes his time and really delivers a strike to number 3, Colton Creekmore. Colton Creekmore, the 6th touchdown on the season right there.
The kick by Sama is through the uprights, and Corbin on top here. With 3:16 to go in the first quarter, they lead the Cougars 14-0. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Hey, this is Sammy from Sammy's Furniture, and if you wake up every morning on the 20-yard line and feel like you can't make it to the end zone, that's because you're not sleeping on a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Guys, we got over 62 floor model mattresses, and they're in stock and ready to be taken home today. We'll help you find a mattress that won't break your back or your budget. We've got discounts when you pick it up, and 12 months same as cash financing if you need it, folks. At Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, we're open 7 days a week from 10 to 6. On Sundays from 12 to 5, you can score a touchdown with a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Come see us today.
Corbin on top 14-0 with 3:46 to go here in the first quarter. Cade Elam already 2 touchdown passes on the night. got 19
Wow.
on the season. Had 6 last week against Johnson Central, which I believe the 6th touchdown passes was a career high for that young man.
I think so. And I mean, he's already got 2 right here and 3 minutes and 46 seconds left in this first quarter. So is he trying to go for more than 6? But, man, Hounds offense, Hounds defense. And, again, we see Noah Sima looking for his 3rd touchback right here.
Creekmore was the receiver on that touchdown. This is a little angled kick to the far side. Corbin may have a chance to get on it, and they have. They have recovered it inside the 25-yard line at the 22. That was just a perfectly orchestrated little pooch kick to the near side, and look at Noah Sima celebrate on the sideline. As I don't think you could make that any better. Comes over and gets a little love from Coach Salmons as well.
I mean, just a perfect kick right there. We saw the 2 touchbacks on the previous 2 kickoffs. And then, man, I mean, Coach Salmons being aggressive, just tries the little, kind of dives a little pitching wedge in there about the 20-yard line. And, man, the Hounds do a great job hustling down. And, again, the Hounds offense ready to go right here almost in the red zone of the Letcher County Cougars.
A referee going over and having a conversation with Coach Salmons. Not really sure what that would be about, but Coach Salmons not putting up too much of a fight there. I don't know what they're looking at or what they're saying.
Yeah, not sure.
To be quite honest, I don't know if there's – as they keep looking at the bench now, I think it might be okay now.
But I love the aggressiveness. I love the play call. I mean, the Hounds just, here to play right here on senior night. Love the play call. Love the special teams for the Hounds.
Ball on the near hash from their own 22. And there's the handoff to Stevens, and it's kind of bobbled again, picked up off the ground by Elam, and Elam will be spun down at the 28-yard line. Well, as good as the onside kick was, that play was a disaster.
Yeah, just a tough break right there, skipping the ball, missing the ball, and, really for the Hounds offense, fortunate to still have the ball after that play. So, no big deal right here. You reset. Of course, definitely Hounds offense behind the chains, looking at about a 2nd and 16 right here. But you reset, you firing on all cylinders, and just forget about that play and make a play right here on 2nd and long.
Well, if we know anything, Corbin can survive those long situations there, and they can make up ground in a hurry. There's the give to Stevens. Spacing point off the right side at the 15 and spin down at the 10. The 1st and goal for the Red Hounds.
Yeah, and we talked about it again, Jason, in the pregame show, and warming up, whatever you want to do right here. We thought Cole Stevens, Hounds leading rusher on the year, would have a big night. Of course, Cole Stevens coming in with 92 carries, 417 yards, and 3 touchdowns. But, man, Cole Stevens running the football well tonight.
18-yard run there by Stevens. Last couple times he's touched the football, double-digit runs for that young man. Gets the call again. This time Letcher Central does a good job of stacking him up at about the 8-yard line. Maybe a gain of 2 on the play is all. I'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 8.
Yeah, and you love to see, big Keegan Reeder, number 70, number 61, Seth Jones, Johnny Miller. You mentioned Braxton Tolliver doing a good job and up front. And then, man, here comes big Malachi Brown right there at the left tight end spot for the Hounds.
Shotgun formation. Stevens to the right of Elam. Hands the ball off to Stevens off the right side, pushing the pile forward inside the 5, maybe down to the 4, and they'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 4.
Yeah, and you would think now, if the Hounds bring in the secret weapon, big bad Malachi Brown, number 0, they're going to pound the rock. But, man, it would be awesome, if you could see some kind of different little play right here. But another good run by number 27, Cole Stevens.
I'm going to go on a limb and say they're going to run it to the left here to Brown side. There's
Exactly.
Stevens.
Wow.
Stevens coming to the corner, dives into the end zone. No signal yet. Now it is. Touchdown, Corbin.
And I think, you went out on a risk right there, running behind Malachi Brown and the Hounds left side and Braxton Tolliver. And, man, those guys just plowed the road, if you will, for number 27, Cole Stevens. And, man, Cole just does what he does, gets behind his shoulder pads, finishes runs, and, man, puts another touchdown on the board. And, again, the Hounds take advantage of that kind of onside/kick right there and, get that extra possession and put more points on the board right here at senior night.
20-0. As they're talking about folks flashing the lights, I guess, on vehicles or what? I don't know. We're lucky to have electricity right now.
That's right. That's right.
Sama on for the extra point to make this a 21-point lead for Corbin with 1:21 to go here in the first quarter. Elam will be the holder as we await the snap. Snap's good, hold is perfect, and the kick is through the end, uprights, and Corbin on top now, 21-0 with 2:17 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a 30-second timeout. This is Red Hound football on T107.
For over 56 years, Tri-County Cycle Sales and the Hart family have kept you on the trails with the biggest names in off-road adventure. Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, CF Moto. No matter which brand excites you the most, you'll always receive service after the sale when you purchase your next side-by-side, ATV, or motorcycle from the Hart family and Tri-County Cycle Sales. From southeastern Kentucky to parts of Tennessee and Virginia, your next off-road adventure starts with Tri-County Cycle Sales. Located at 8775 U.S. Highway 25 in Corbin, across from Kentucky Outdoorsman. Phone 606-528-4792.
Corbin with the pooch kick, trying to gamble there to get an extra possession. It worked out for them, and then they punched it in as they recovered it around the 22-yard line of Letcher Central, and then they were able to punch it in there. Stevens ends with a 4-yard touchdown run to put the Red Hounds on top, 21-0.
Yeah, and just a cool stat to me, Jason. I mean, Noah Simon, PATs, point after touchdowns, comes in 32 of 32. Well, he's got 3 tonight, 35 of 35. Man, hadn't missed an extra point on the season. Again, just a great job by the Hounds special teams.
Think back to the Johnson Central game. The Red Hounds have scored every time they've touched it, except for once, and that was because they had the interception.
That's right.
There's the kick away by Simon, and it will hit at the 1-yard line and bounce in to the end zone for another touchback, and Letcher Central will start from their own 20.
Yeah, and you know, you talked about that, the Hounds scoring just multiple times, and you know, you think of that kind of a thing, you know, in the NFL on Sundays, teams, you know, get on runs, but man, this is high school football, and you know, it's just unreal. You're right. I mean, great point right there. The Hounds offense have just, you know, lit up the scoreboard. So when you look out at the Letcher County defense, you know, I don't blame the Letcher County Cougars for playing a 3-man front. And then it just lets you know, of course, number 27, Cole Stevens, Hounds leading rusher, have a field day.
Red Hounds came in tonight, number 12 in the state, averaging 41 points a game. Pistol formation for Letcher Central, and they'll give it to Johnson. And Johnson was met in the backfield about 4 yards deep. Had nowhere to go. This Corbin line, JB, is really starting to establish some dominance.
Yes, and we saw Griffin Bates, and you're talking about Malachi Brown, Jace Hatfield, looking at a big number, I think 55 in there, Miles Marlowe, trying to get the guys up front. Big number 76, we mentioned Jace Hatfield doing a good job, but you're right. Number 50 as well. Max Farmer in there. So you're right. Big Hounds front 4 just teeing off right here.
2nd and 14 coming up for Letcher Central from their own 16-yard line. Gunner takes the snap. Will give the Johnson off a big hole across the 20 out to the 25 before it'll be brought down by Sammons.
Yeah, and right there, Kobe Johnson, 44 carries, 269 yards, and 4 touchdowns. So, Kobe Johnson can run the football, and we talked about that. Letcher County, really kind of a balanced football team, but, definitely does a good job with the run game. So Hounds knew coming in defensively that they've got to stop the run first and force the Cougars to have to throw the football.
3rd and 5 coming up here for Letcher Central from their own 25. Corbin trying to get another 3 and out. Shotgun formation, hard snap. Looked like maybe the Red Hounds jumped into the neutral zone.
Wow.
And the flag will come in.
Yeah, and that's tough sometimes. And, you hate to see a flag right there, but, every now and then, if the Hounds pinning their ears back, playing good, hard defense, you can let one of those slide. You don't want to take the aggressiveness away from the defense. So, unfortunately, tough break for the Hounds, and going to move the chains right here for the Cougars. But, definitely, you just, tip your hat, move on to the next play, and reset right here.
So a fresh set of downs here for Letcher Central from their own 30, as that will be the end of the first quarter. Clock has zeros on it. I don't believe the officials have noticed it yet.
Wow.
And I'm not sure if they're going to let this play happen. There is no time on the clock. And
There's no buzzer on the clock, so they don't know.
Right. But the officials are supposed to see the zeros on that. So this is a free play coming up here, an untimed play, if you will. There's to give to Johnson off the left side across the 30 and out to the 35-yard line, maybe the 36. And that will now bring us to the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
But after one, it is Corbin 21, Letcher Central 0. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. This is Red Hound Football T107.
Ever heard the phrase big enough to serve you, small enough to know you? It's true at Hometown Bank. From the easy-to-use mobile app to online banking and even bill pay, Hometown Bank has everything you need to make banking easier. Whether you need to make a mobile deposit or would rather stop in and see a friendly, smiling face in person, Hometown Bank is here and ready to help. Stop in and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Need auto repairs? Then you need Owens Auto Repair. Owens offers a wide variety of parts and services. You'll find all the top name brand batteries and tires to a full line of truck and auto parts. Utility beds, Sherman-Williams auto paint, weather guard toolboxes, custom-made hydraulic hoses, and yes, service work for cars, trucks, and RVs. Whether it's auto repairs or just a battery or new tires, Owens Auto Repair has you covered. Owens Auto Repair, serving you for more than half a century. Located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin.
From the right to left. I want to apologize to the folks. We had a discussion, a committee meeting up here,
right.
and realized that maybe I don't know the rules very well. There was a penalty on the defense as time expired, so it was an untimed play. We weren't the only ones that were just trying to figure out that, JB, the football coach, didn't know that.
I mean, really. I mean, I got kind of tricked on
Jenny,
that, but you're right.
The wife of JB.
That's right.
Straighten us out and do that.
Right. So, and that's a good thing. We're all working together. That's right. That's a good thing.
3 wide receivers bunched to the far side for Central, and they'll go with a Wildcat. And right up the middle, Williams, normally the tailback, takes the snap, runs straight ahead to the 40-yard line, and he'll have enough for the first down, as it was 2nd and 4 for Letcher Central from their own 36. So third first down picked up by Letcher Central here in this first half.
Yeah, and Quentin Williams with a positive run right there. And, Letcher Central moves the chains. Max Farmer, number 50, number 76, Jace Hatfield in on the hit right there. But, Letcher County Central moving the football a little bit. So Hounds defense got to dial it in right here.
From their own 40, ball on the near hash for the Cougars. 3 wide receivers bunched to the wide side. Wildcat formation again. This is Williams trying to look for a hole. Gets across the 42, still on his feet at the 45, and finally bring him down to Corbin around the 47-yard line.
Yeah, looked like Zach Reynolds coming off the pile, number 10, Griffin Bates as well. So, again, you've got to be ready to go. I mean, empty formation and just kind of the Wildcat, like you said, Jason. Griffin Bates, 55 tackles on the year, in there at that inside linebacker spot for the Hounds defense. But, Letcher County moving the ball just a little bit right here. Again, you made Jace Hatfield, Malachi Brown, the big guys up front for the Hounds, got to find the football.
Ball positioned exactly in the middle of the 46 and the 47-yard line. So 2nd and 4 coming up here. Wildcat formation again. This is Williams looking for some running room.
There we go.
And this time Corbin will stop him. They'll mark his forward progress at about the 47, maybe the 48-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and short for the Cougars.
Yeah, really good job inside. Jonah Mahan, Max Farmer in on that hit. Of course, Jonah Mahan, the Hounds tackling leader on defense with 65 tackles on the season. And, Jonah Mahan doing a good job. So bringing up a huge, huge 3rd down right here at midfield for the Hounds D and the Letcher County Cougar offense.
3rd and 3 coming up for Letcher Central from their own 48. Ball in the middle of the field. Red Hounds trying to come up with a 3rd down stop. Shotgun formation this time. Holbrook back in at quarterback. Williams to his left. 2 wings either side on the line. And defensive end for Corbin stepped into the neutral zone, and that'll be 5 free yards, and that'll extend another drive. That's the 2nd time on this offensive drive.
Yeah, and that was one of the things we talked about, JB keys of the game. You got to limit the penalties. We saw last week Johnson Central, the Hounds had a lot of penalties. So coming in tonight, limited the penalties. I think the Hounds doing pretty good so far with only a couple. That's penalty number 2. But, unfortunately for the Hounds, going to move the change right here for Letcher County.
Shotgun formation. Gunner takes the snap. Hands off to Williams off the right side. Has a hole. Across the 45, the 40, and he'll finally be spun down around the 38-yard line. Mahan on the stop for Corbin.
Yeah, and you talk about different.
Luke Hatfield.
You talk about different formations, Jason. We saw the empty formation 2 or 3 times in a row, and now Letcher County comes up and runs kind of a 2-tight double wing formation and really kind of pounds the ball. So Hounds kind of having to defensively adjust on the go right here to the different formations for Letcher County.
That wing look is reminiscent of Johnson Central.
That's right.
Well.
That's right. And maybe be some, some things that maybe Letcher County saw. That's right in that game.
1st and 10 for Letcher Central from the Corbin 36. Pistol formation this time. Williams gets the call, runs off the left side, cuts across the grain at the 35, and will find his way to the 34, maybe the 33 on his forward progress.
Yeah, we saw, the Hatfield brothers right there, Jace Hatfield and Luke Hatfield in on the hit, doing a good job. And one of the questions last week at the coaches show to Jace Hatfield Sr. was, how do you like playing football with your brother? And, man, I guess they liked it right there, getting that, the 2 brothers in on that hit. So that's something you don't see a lot of times. So, awesome job right there by the Hatfield brothers.
Gain of 3 on the run by Williams makes it 2nd and 7 from the Corbin 33. Wasn't that long ago that Corbin had Letcher Central 2nd and 14 from their own 16-yard line in this drive, and the Cougars putting together an impressive drive here. This is Johnson, sidesteps a tackle, sidesteps another tackle at the 30, breaks it to the outside at the 25, cuts across the grain and gets down to the 21. Another first down for Johnson Central. Johnson running the ball, but it's Letcher Central getting the first down.
That's right. And when you look at Colby Johnson, big number 46 right there, Mason Salmon's in on that hit. But, man, Johnson, a really, really big back. So if he gets kind of that head of steam going, he can get yards in a hurry. So another good, tough run right there by number 46 for the Letcher County Cougars, Colby Johnson.
What about that? I mean, he is a big young man.
Yes,
and he has got, he was breaking some ankles out there.
That's
dropping
right.
on the dime. 1st and 10 for Letcher Central from the Corbin 22. Shotgun formation. Johnson, they fake it on the handoff, and Holbrook keeps it himself. Fights his way down to the 15, and we pushed out of bounds on the far sideline. And they're going to say, actually, he was forward progress. Where they're going to mark the football inside the 15 to the 14-yard. Nope, it's going to be right on the 15.
Yeah, and it looked like Trey Person and Mason Salmon's in on that hit. But, all runs right here, running the football in bunches. So if you're the Hounds defense, you got to stop the run right here, if you want to stop the Cougars.
Gain of 7 on the play for Holbrook. 2nd and 3 coming up for the Cougars from the Corbin 15. Now they'll look to the sideline. Pistol formation as Johnson is 2 yards behind Holbrook. One wide out either way. Shotgun snap they'll give to Johnson. Johnson bounces it to the outside. Across the 15.
There we go.
Tripped up at around the 14-yard line. And that's Nashawn Brooks with a nice tackle around the ankles.
Yeah, just a really good tackle right there. Of course, Colby Johnson, huge runner for Letcher County. But, man, Nashawn Brooks comes up, does a great job, like you said, Jason, in space, one-on-one. If Nashawn Brooks doesn't make that tackle, Colby Johnson goes into the end zone. So, great tackle by the cornerback for the Hounds, Nashawn Brooks.
3rd and 2 coming up here for Letcher Central. Inside their own inside the Corbin 15. Shotgun formation. Johnson to the left of Holbrook. Takes the snap. Johnson gets the call.
There we go.
Tried to cut back, but he had nowhere to go, and he's going to lose about 3 yards on the play.
Man, runs into big number 0, Malachi Brown, man. I'll tell you what, just a great job. The Hounds getting off blocks defensively up front and just, almost saying we've had enough of this run game, if you will, and do a great job. And, of course, definitely 4-down territory right here for the Letcher County Cougars.
So 4th down and 4th and 4 coming up here for Letcher Central from the Corbin 17. Pistol formation. Johnson 2 yards, back of Holbrook. Holbrook with a hard count. That time Corbin stayed in cement. Now they'll look to the sideline for the play. As an impressive drive here.
Yes,
they have
that's
kept
right.
the ball for almost over 8.5 minutes. And now Letcher Central will take a timeout. We'll take one as well. It'll be a 30-second timeout with Corbin on top of Letcher Central, 21-0 here with about 4 minutes to go, 4:46 to go in the second quarter. This is Red Hound football on T107.
You know Mountain Dew is like no other soft drink on earth. That's because Mountain Dew is the boldest soft drink the world has ever seen. Today, Mountain Dew, the most iconic flavor in the history of soft drinks, has spawned a new generation of outrageously craveable flavors that share its glory, like Mountain Dew Major Melon, Mountain Dew Code Red, Mountain Dew Spark, Mountain Dew Voltage, and Mountain Dew Livewire. So here's to the neon royalty of Dew and the Dew flavors that have come after it, the boldest flavors on earth.
In the first quarter, Corbin actually had Letcher Central in a 2nd and 14 from their own 16. But give credit to the Cougars, JB. They have put together an impressive drive here, and it's taken about 9 minutes off the clock.
That's right.
A good way to keep Corbin's offense from scoring is keeping them off the field.
Yeah.
But they got to try to convert here on 4th and 3 from their own 17. Shotgun snap. There's the pass, and it's incomplete. Trying to find Smith coming across the middle. Good defensive stop there by the secondary of Corbin.
Yeah, good job right there. Number 1, Trey Person. Of course, we saw Trey get that big interception last week, but you're right. Had single coverage over there on the right side and throwed kind of a slant right there, slant route towards the goal line, but big play Trey Person knocks that football down. And, the Hounds kind of bend but don't break. You play defense, you keep the football in between the 20s, so look for the Hounds offense to kind of, get reset right here and, look forward to the Hounds offense getting a big drive.
So the 63-yard drive that took over 9 minutes off the clock ends at the 17-yard line of Corbin as they hold on 4th down. There's the give to Stevens off the left side. He'll fight his way out to the 19. It'll be a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Red Hounds.
And that's just another sign of the Hounds want to run the football, especially kind of in the shadow of their own end zone. Hounds leading rusher Cole Stevens doing a good job. His 7th carry on the night, and we talked about it in the pregame. Thought Cole Stevens may have a good night running the football.
Shotgun formation, 2 wide outs either side. Corbin moving from left to right. Elam, play action, looking to pass. Pressure breaking down, and now he just dumps it off to Creekmore off the near side. Has the first down and more. He'll be tripped up at the 32-yard line of Corbin.
Yeah, and quarterback Cade Elam doing a good job kind of looking to the left side of the formation to get the ball maybe to Noah Sima, Cam Estep, but kind of gets instant pressure, has to kind of reverse his way to the right and then find Colton Creekmore's little outlet receiver out there to the right. And, man, Colton Creekmore gets up the sideline and gets yards in a hurry for the Red Hounds.
Most guys might panic in that situation, not Elam. Swings it over to Estep. Estep. 35.
Wow.
Jukes one guy at the 40 and falls forward, diving for extra yardage on the far side to the Letcher Central 49-yard line. Another big gain on first down for Corbin and moves the sticks. What a play. What an athletic play.
Really. Cade Elam, we saw him look to the right to Colton Creekmore. Again, that time he goes to the left with Cam Estep. And I got to say it, Jason, Cam Estep hits the joystick and makes a couple of defenders move and gets down the sideline.
Elam looking to pass on the slant, looking for Creekmore, incomplete. Nice effort by Creekmore. Pass maybe just a little past the outstretched arms of Creekmore, but it'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the Letcher Central 49.
Yeah, most of the time, Colton Creekmore, split out to the right side there. You get one-on-one coverage. He kind of runs that inside route, and most of the time you see the Hounds complete that pass. So you're right. I think just a little bit high right there.
Stevens will get the carry off the left side, down the far sideline. Has the first down and more across the 30. Still on his feet at the 25, and will be battled down at around the 20.
Yeah, just another good run right there. Cole Stevens taking it around the left side, like you said. And, man, the Big Hounds offensive line doing a good job. Braxton Tolliver, big number 53, Gavin Hinkle as well, kind of paving the road, if you will. And Cole Stevens really kind of has a patient run, gets around that left side, puts his foot in the dirt, and gets big positive yards right there.
They'll send a man in motion, that's E-step, and he'll take the handoff. Coming to the near side across the 20, puts on the brakes and fights his way to the 15, maybe the 14-yard line. So that'll be a good gain on first down. We'll make it about a 2nd and 4, gain of 6 on the play, 2nd and 4 from the Letcher Central 14.
Yeah, and I think the Hounds really right there in that formation, Jason, using the motion to kind of get the edge, if you will. E-step on the motion from left to right, and really gets that advantage with the extra guy in the box around that right side, and the Hounds do a good job moving the football down the field.
Ball on the near hash for Corbin as they're in the red zone, 2nd and 4 from the 14. Swing it over to Simon, his first catch of the night. Catches at the 15, he's at the 10, and is really dragged down from behind around the 7-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down, and it's 1st and goal for Corbin.
Yeah, and another good play right there, and we talked about it, on the kickoff, Jason, the 2-for-1, and the Hounds get the ball at the half. If the Hounds can cash in right here, just a couple minutes left in this half, and then, get the football back at halftime. So, again, Hounds looking to kind of cash in and get that 2-for-1, as we saw last week against Johnson Central.
Petrosky will line up in the slot. They'll send E-step in motion from left to right, and whistles come in. Official here on the near sideline stopped the play.
Yeah, not sure what the stop is, or maybe even I haven't seen a flag yet.
May have been an opportunity for Letcher Central to sub is
Yeah.
what it looks like. So I don't know if they had a player that was injured, or because I didn't see Corbin make a substitution. But anyway, we'll do it again. We'll call it 1st and goal from the 5 for the Red Hounds. Ball on the far hash. Shotgun snap. They'll give to Stevens, using his blockers, trying to fight his way down maybe to the 6-yard line.
Yeah,
That'll
good.
be a loss of a yard there, so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 6.
Yeah, and just, again, hitting it up in there between the tackles. Of course, big Keegan Reeder inside for the Hounds. Number 55 as well, Miles Marlowe at the right guard. So Hounds really trying to assert their will up front with the big offensive line.
1:12 to go, and looks like the hard count by Elam caused Letcher Central to jump. And that'll move the ball half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, just another good opportunity right there. Just being a good, smart quarterback, a good, smart offensive team. You take a little bit of that aggressiveness away from the defense when you can get that hard count, like you said, Jason. So Hounds get half the distance and reset right here and look to put points on the board right before the half.
2nd and goal from the 3 for Corbin as we hit the 1-minute mark here. They'll move Stevens to the left side of Elam. Elam with a little option play, pitches out to Stevens. Stevens fights his way down to the 2. Nice job by Letcher Central to stretch that out and have several white jerseys there ready to make the stop.
Yeah, I think so. And we saw the Hounds offensively have a lot of success on that kind of a play, almost like a little bit of a mini option to the left side with Cade Elam and Cole Stevens. But you're right, Letcher County doing a good job in space and really not much of a gain at all. So Hounds, again, just knocking at the door. You got to cash in right here before halftime.
3rd and goal from the 2, from the gun. High snap, they'll give to Stevens. Hit at the goal line, gets in, touchdown, Corbin.
Wow, there we go. And just a gun snap to quarterback Cade Elam. And there's the Cannons. We've been waiting on the Cannons all night long. And, Cole Stevens takes the football, just gets north and south in a hurry, makes one defender miss right at the goal line, and then stretches the football out for 6 for the Hounds. And, the Hounds get half of the deal right there. You want to get that 2-for-1? Well, the Hounds got one of those, and the Hounds going to get the ball coming out at halftime, looking maybe to extend their lead as maybe they get 2 offensive possessions as this half comes to a close.
Kick by Simon is straight through the uprights into the kid field across the way, and Corbin in control of this one with 19 seconds to go until halftime. It's the Red Hounds 28, Cougars 0. will take a 30-second timeout. This is Red Hound football on T107.
Hey, this is Sammy from Sammy's Furniture, and if you wake up every morning on the 20-yard line and feel like you can't make it to the end zone, that's because you're not sleeping on a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Guys, we got over 62 floor model mattresses, and they're in stock and ready to be taken home today. We'll help you find a mattress that won't break your back or your budget. We've got discounts when you pick it up and 12 months same as cash financing if you need it, folks. At Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, we're open 7 days a week from 10 to 6. On Sundays from 12 to 5, you can score a touchdown with a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Come see us today.
Down of the 9 for Corbin, and he stretches the lead out to 28-0. The Red Hounds on top of the Cougars with 19 seconds left until halftime. As JB mentioned, Red Hounds will get the ball or set to receive the football in the third. So they've got a chance maybe to put this one away, but still 19 seconds left here until halftime as Simon gets ready to kick the football. Again, just a beautiful night for high school football. Good crowd here on hand for senior night. Any questions, would the Red Hounds come out flat? Nope, they didn't. They've hit on all cylinders here tonight as Letcher Central will fall on it right there at about the 37-yard. A little pooch kick again by Simon, trying that again. That time it went more to one of the Letcher Central Cougars, and they were able to come up with it. That was Connor Hall on the reception for Letcher Central, and now with 19 ticks left on the clock, Cougars will have it from their own 38.
I was going to say, Hounds being really aggressive in special teams. We saw the pooch kick earlier. Hounds come up with it, and man, 19 seconds before the half and trying it again. So, a huge lead right here, 28-0 right here before the half. Hounds looking to really be aggressive.
Shotgun formation here for the Cougars. 2 wide outs to the right, 1 wide out here to the near side, which is the wide side of the field, moving from right to left. Shotgun snap, fakes it to Williams, now looking upstairs to Smith. And Smith has to act as a defensive back to knock it away from Nashawn Brooks.
Yes.
Brooks had a beat on it.
Yeah, Nashawn Brooks doing a good job right there, just kind of one-on-one coverage. And, Nashawn Brooks taking his drop as a defensive back and doing a good job to get up, knock that football down. And like you said, almost comes up with the interception right there for the Hounds defense.
2nd and 10 now for the Cougars with 12 seconds left until halftime. Ball on the far hash at their own 38. 3 wide outs now to the near side, which is the wide side of the field. Williams to the right of Holbrook. Takes the shotgun snap, gives to Williams. Williams right up the middle, and Corbin is there to spin him right back. He may have got a yard out of that. We'll get to the 39. It'll bring up 3rd and 9, and that will be the last play of the second quarter. And we will head to the halftime locker room with the Red Hounds on top of Letcher Central, 28-0. Any thoughts about Corbin coming off that big exciting game at Johnson Central, having to deal with all the senior night festivities? May be distracted, may come out flat.
Exactly.
Didn't happen.
No, I love the focus. And that just speaks, of course, to the senior leadership. Of course, senior night speaks to, head coach, of course, Coach Luke Sammons.
All right, guys, we're going to send it down to Aliana on the sideline for a halftime interview with Coach Sammons. Aliana, you got it.
Hey, Coach, your defense has shut up with another great outing. What makes them so efficient?
Just getting to the football. You can't jump off sides there, but, just got to play hard the second half.
With a big lead like this, how do you make sure your team doesn't get too comfortable?
No, you can't. You got to keep playing. It's Friday night football and everything. You got to go every play like it's your last. So, I think our kids understand that. So we're going to come out the second half, play hard.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you, Aliana. Back to you guys.
You heard Coach Sammons there. Can never be satisfied.
That's
Go back
right.
in that locker room saying that it's 0-0. But right now at the half, the actual score is Corbin 28, Letcher County Central 0. We will take a 3-minute break here. When we come back, we'll take a look at the halftime stats and get JB's thoughts on that first half of football. Again, we are at the half here from Campbell Field with Corbin on top of Letcher Central 28-0. This is Red Hound football on T107.
Ever heard the phrase big enough to serve you, small enough to know you? It's true at Hometown Bank. From the easy-to-use mobile app to online banking and even bill pay, Hometown Bank has everything you need to make banking easier. Whether you need to make a mobile deposit or would rather stop in and see a friendly, smiling face in person, Hometown Bank is here and ready to help. Stop in and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Need auto repairs? Then you need Owens Auto Repair. Owens offers a wide variety of parts and services. You'll find all the top name brand batteries and tires to a full line of truck and auto parts. Utility beds, Sherwin-Williams auto paint, weather guard toolboxes, custom-made hydraulic hoses, and yes, service work for cars, trucks, and RVs. Whether it's auto repairs or just a battery or new tires, Owens Auto Repair has you covered. Owens Auto Repair, serving you for more than half a century. Located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin.
Hey, this is Sammy here at Sammy's Furniture, and apparently, pain heals, chicks dig scars, and glory lasts forever, just like the mattresses here at Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Guys, we got over 62 floor model mattresses, and they're in stock and ready to be taken home today. We'll help you find a mattress that won't break your back or your budget. We've got discounts when you pick it up, and 12 months same as cash financing if you need it, folks. At Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, we're open 7 days a week from 10 to 6, on Sundays from 12 to 5. You can score a touchdown with a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Come see us today.
You know Mountain Dew is like no other soft drink on earth. That's because Mountain Dew is the boldest soft drink the world has ever seen. Today, Mountain Dew, the most iconic flavor in the history of soft drinks, has spawned a new generation of outrageously craveable flavors that share its glory, like Mountain Dew Major Melon, Mountain Dew Code Red, Mountain Dew Spark, Mountain Dew Voltage, and Mountain Dew Livewire. So here's to the neon royalty of Dew and the Dew flavors that have come after it, the boldest flavors on earth.
For over 56 years, Tri-County Cycle Sales and the Hart family have kept you on the trails with the biggest names in off-road adventure. Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, CF Moto. No matter which brand excites you the most, you'll always receive service after the sale when you purchase your next side-by-side, ATV, or motorcycle from the Hart family and Tri-County Cycle Sales. From southeastern Kentucky to parts of Tennessee and Virginia, your next off-road adventure starts with Tri-County Cycle Sales. Located at 8775 U.S. Highway 25 in Corbin, across from Kentucky Outdoorsman. Phone 606-528-4792.
Need auto repairs? Then you need Owens Auto Repair. Owens offers a wide variety of parts and services. You'll find all the top name brand batteries and tires to a full line of truck and auto parts. Utility beds, Sherwin-Williams auto paint, weather guard toolboxes, custom-made hydraulic hoses, and yes, service work for cars, trucks, and RVs. Whether it's auto repairs or just a battery or new tires, Owens Auto Repair has you covered. Owens Auto Repair, serving you for more than half a century. Located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin.
Announced November 1st we're playing Pulaski at home.
Pulaski?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's even on the schedule too.
I'm Dave Cox, Superintendent of Corbin Independent Schools in Smyrna. Begin the recognitions. Joining us on the football
Welcome
field
back to
tonight
Campbell Field as we are at the half between Corbin and Letcher Central, and the Red Hounds on top 28-0. Corbin was able to just give up one first down on the opening possession of Letcher Central, and then they were able to shut the door, get the ball back, and it ended a 68-yard touchdown pass from Elam to E-Step, and Corbin led 7-0, 6:39 to go in the first quarter. And then the Corbin defense got another 3 and out against LCC, and they got the ball back at their own 49 as they took a little over 2 minutes off the clock, and it ended with a 14-yard touchdown pass from Elam, this time to Creekmore. And then, again, Corbin got another stop on defense, got the back, and really got the running game going with Stevens, as Stevens had multiple digit runs there to set up his 4-yard touchdown run with 2:17 to go in the first quarter, and Corbin was cruising at 21-0.
Yeah,
and that was actually, JB, from the Letcher Central 21, that was a result of Noah Simon's onside kick. Not really an onside kick, a pooch kick, if you will.
Yeah.
But Corbin chased the ball down and got to it, caught Letcher Central maybe a little bit off guard there. And then right before the half, Letcher Central, the second quarter, put together a really impressive drive.
Exactly, I think
but
so.
just couldn't come away with any points. Took about 9 minutes off the clock. But then Corbin was able to get the football back. They held on fourth down, and then they march it down the field. Ended it with a 2-yard touchdown run by Stevens with 19 seconds to go right before half, and that's our 28-0 lead here at the half.
Yeah, and to me what jumps out right there is just how the Hounds defense played. Start the football game, really kind of set the tone early, and then, of course, quarterback Cade Elam and all the weapons and kind of get going and get the Hounds the big lead. I mean, you get the stop, you get the lead, you get the stop, you put another touchdown on the board, and I love, again, we talked about it all in the first half in the pregame show as well, Jason. I love to see the Hounds, and like how Coach Salmons is. We talked about it all season. I love to see the run game get going. Man, the Hounds got to get the run game going, and they really got a really good first half, a really good dose of the run game for the Hounds. So good to see Cole Stevens, even quarterback Cade Elam getting some runs going. So, really kind of sets everything up offensively for the Hounds. Cade Elam can sit back there and do what he wants to do with a pass game, but always good to be, not one-dimensional. So I love how the Hounds got that run game going in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. The offense very, very efficient.
Yes.
Every time they had a possession, it ended in a scoring drive. The loneliest guy right now on the Corbin team is the punter.
That's right.
But it's Cade Elam, so I think he's handling it okay.
Yes.
We're going to take a 3-minute break. When we come back, we'll dive into the stats as Jenny's been working hard on that, and we'll go inside the numbers with Jenny here when we come back after this 3-minute break. We're at the half, 28-0, Corbin on top. This is Red Hound Football on T107.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Please join me in thanking our education.
Ever heard the phrase big enough to serve you, small enough to know you? It's true at Hometown Bank. From the easy-to-use mobile app to online banking and even bill pay, Hometown Bank has everything you need to make banking easier. Whether you need to make a mobile deposit or would rather stop in and see a friendly, smiling face in person, Hometown Bank is here and ready to help. Stop in and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Need auto repairs? Then you need Owens Auto Repair. Owens offers a wide variety of parts and services. You'll find all the top name brand batteries and tires to a full line of truck and auto parts. Utility beds, Sherman-Williams auto paint, weather guard toolboxes, custom-made hydraulic hoses, and yes, service work for cars, trucks, and RVs. Whether it's auto repairs or just a battery or new tires, Owens Auto Repair has you covered. Owens Auto Repair, serving you for more than half a century. Located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin.
You know Mountain Dew is like no other soft drink on earth. That's because Mountain Dew is the boldest soft drink the world has ever seen. Today, Mountain Dew, the most iconic flavor in the history of soft drinks, has spawned a new generation of outrageously craveable flavors that share its glory, like Mountain Dew Major Melon, Mountain Dew Code Red, Mountain Dew Spark, Mountain Dew Voltage, and Mountain Dew Livewire. So here's to the neon royalty of Dew and the Dew flavors that have come after it, the boldest flavors on earth.
For over 56 years, Tri-County Cycle Sales and the Hart family have kept you on the trails with the biggest names in off-road adventure. Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, CF Moto. No matter which brand excites you the most, you'll always receive service after the sale when you purchase your next side-by-side, ATV, or motorcycle from the Hart family and Tri-County Cycle Sales. From southeastern Kentucky to parts of Tennessee and Virginia, your next off-road adventure starts with Tri-County Cycle Sales. Located at 8775 U.S. Highway 25 in Corbin, across from Kentucky Outdoorsman. Phone 606-528-4792.
Hey, this is Sammy from Sammy's Furniture, and if you wake up every morning on the 20-yard line and feel like you can't make it to the end zone, that's because you're not sleeping on a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Guys, we got over 62 floor model mattresses, and they're in stock and ready to be taken home today. We'll help you find a mattress that won't break your back or your budget. We've got discounts when you pick it up, and 12 months same as cash financing if you need it, folks. At Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, we're open 7 days a week from 10 to 6. On Sundays from 12 to 5, you can score a touchdown with a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Come see us today.
And currently works for the Kentucky Department of Education. Mr. Robinson. Corbin High School. And Steve Jewell, former
And welcome back to Campbell Field. As part of the halftime festivities here tonight is the introduction of the administrative team here at Corbin Schools, as celebrating all schools were the highest rating, the color of blue.
Yes.
So Corbin red, they made a couple of exceptions and put on blue this week, JV. And also Corbin celebrating being the second-ranked district, being a blue district for the second straight year, and being the number 2 district in the state for the second straight year. But here's some other numbers for us in this football game with Corbin on top, 28-0. And Jenny, you've got some halftime stats for us.
I do. Elam is having a good night on senior night. He is completed 8 of 9 passes for 126 yards, with 2 of those being touchdowns. He's also carried the ball 3 times for 4 yards. Stevens has busted out here in the second quarter with 11 carries for 96 yards. And Eastep had 1 carry for 6 yards. I
was going to say, Jenny, just looking at those stats, Jason, Cole Stevens, we talked about it, big running game, 96 yards, almost 100 yards in the first half. So great night for Cole Stevens.
Yes, and that mostly started in the second quarter.
That's right.
And then as far as catches, Eastep is 5 for 5 for 90 yards with 1 touchdown. Creekmore is 2 of 3 for 28 yards and a touchdown. And Sima is 1 for 1 for 8 yards.
Yeah, just a good night right there. Again, we talked about it, all the weapons firing on all cylinders. And, just great stats, a great first half for the Hounds offense.
Yeah, absolutely. Got off to a fast start, led 21-0 after the first quarter, had 7 there second quarter, and as you said, got a chance here to cash in that 2 for 1.
That's right.
And maybe stretch this lead out to maybe 35 or so, and that's we're going to put a Letcher Central team behind the 8 ball, to say the least.
Yeah, I think so. And, the Hounds offense, we always talk about how the Hounds coaching staff always make great halftime adjustments. If you're ever going to get the Hounds, you want to definitely kind of try to get them in the first half, because you get that first quarter look, you get that second quarter look. Hounds coaching staff makes great adjustments. So, it wouldn't surprise me at all, Jason. Again, we saw the Hounds get the 2 for 1 last week against Johnson Central. Wouldn't surprise me at all if the Hounds come out right here offensively and be on the attack and try to put more points on the board in a hurry.
Might be a first. I just got introduced from the radio.
There we go.
Waving to my loyal supporters out there.
There we go. That's right.
Fun night here, right?
That's right.
Why not enjoy it just a little bit? Well, we're going to take a 1-minute break, and when we come back, we be ready for third quarter action between Corbin and Letcher Central. Right now, it's the Red Hounds on top of the Cougars, 28-0 at the half. This is Red Hound football on T1073.
Ever heard the phrase big enough to serve you, small enough to know you? It's true at Hometown Bank. From the easy-to-use mobile app to online banking and even bill pay, Hometown Bank has everything you need to make banking easier. Whether you need to make a mobile deposit or would rather stop in and see a friendly, smiling face in person, Hometown Bank is here and ready to help. Stop in and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For over 56 years, Tri-County Cycle Sales and the Hart family have kept you on the trails with the biggest names in off-road adventure. Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, CF Moto. No matter which brand excites you the most, you'll always receive service after the sale when you purchase your next side-by-side, ATV, or motorcycle from the Hart family in Tri-County Cycle Sales. From southeastern Kentucky to parts of Tennessee and Virginia, your next off-road adventure starts with Tri-County Cycle Sales. Located at 8775 U.S. Highway 25 in Corbin, across from Kentucky Outdoorsman. Phone 606-528-4790.
And welcome back to Campbell Field. Both teams back on the field. Officials are back on. I'm not sure if they'll put more time on the clock for warm-ups, as right now the halftime clock getting ready to strike 0. We'll just see what the officials will do here. But Corbin's on top, 28-0 here at the half. And got Whitley County and Perry Central playing.
That's right.
Just down the road in that game. Of course, Corbin will in this district will be looking at their next game will be Whitley County, and that will be down at Whitley County. That'll be a game, and then we'll finish out the district portion at Perry Central 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, I think so. And, the Hounds, again, moving through district play, in command tonight right here at halftime. But, Hounds looking to, again, start that run to Kroger Field. So, in speaking about that, Jason, while we got a couple minutes, just want to talk about the senior Red Hound football players. Just going to read them off right here and talk about their great accomplishments. Of course, the seniors for the football team: Cade Elam, Colton Creekmore, Noah Simon, Deshaun Brooks, Miles Metters, Griffin Bates, Zach Reynolds, Jonah Mayhem, Bryson Baker, JT Gentry, Keegan Reeder, and Jace Hatfield. 12 seniors who have represented that Red Hound jersey well. And real quick, you look at their, their stats. 2020, as 8th graders, won the Kentucky Middle School State Championship. 2021, finish with a 12-1 record on the season. 2022, finish at 14-1, and her state runner-ups their sophomore year. 2023, last year, 12-1 for a total of 38 wins and only 3 losses. Just crazy stats. And man, I mean, right here tonight, 5-1 in 2024, looking to go 6-1, and looking to, they're not just finished right here yet. So this group of great seniors looking to make a run, right towards Kroger Field. So just a tip of the hat, salute these Red Hound football seniors on a great career right here as Corbin Red Hounds.
Well, in order to have a successful program, you have to have a successful foundation.
That's right.
That's right. And Corbin has a successful foundation. The success that you and Coach Jackson have had at the middle school level is unparalleled, in my opinion. And do it the right way. You get results on the field, you get results in the classroom, and I know that's so important to you guys, and you're great role models for those kids.
Yes.
And I think it translates here. And it has to be really satisfying for you, JB,
Man,
to coach these kids in middle school, know them there, and then knowing that the whole culmination of it has to be at the high school level, and you have to take great pride in seeing the success of these kids out here.
We talk about it all the time. We talked about it with our guys last week as middle school football players. Man, what we love as coaches and middle school coaches, and especially me, I get to be on the radio as well, so I get to talk about these guys for 3 or 4 years, and nothing better than seeing these football players come out on Friday night and really represent the jersey, and with that Red Hounds on the back and that big C on the side of the helmet. So we talk about that all the time, and of course this senior group didn't disappoint as middle schoolers winning that 2020 middle school state football championship. And man, Coach Salmon's got these guys playing well this year and playing great actually. So I look forward, man, this senior group, the Red Hounds, making a run again, like I said a minute ago, towards Kroger Field.
Yeah, and I've enjoyed getting to know these players.
Yes.
And they have been nothing but welcoming to me and made me feel like I'm kind of part of it.
That's right. That's right.
First year guy here, but just a lot of respect for all that you all done at the middle school, and again, just great things there, and good job.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks a lot, and man, it's just very blessed to be a part of Red Hound football, no doubt about it.
Well, we're ready for the second half. Jackson Meade will tee it up at the 40-yard line for Letcher Central, as Corbin may be looking for possibility of an onside kick here. Meade's kick is end over end, angle to the far side, and it will go out of bounds at around the 32-yard line. And so it looks like Corbin will move it to the 35, I believe.
Think so, and just going to reset. So again, you look at the field position battle. We see Noah Sima get the pooch kick and kind of get the football for the Hounds, and we see the touchbacks, and the Cougars have to start at the 20. But the Hounds reset. They get the kickoff, and like you just said, start at 35. So Hounds winning the field position battle all night long and really setting up the offense and the defense for success right here.
Ball in the middle of the field for the Red Hounds. They'll be moving from right to left to start this third quarter with a 28-0 lead. 3 wide outs to the right, 1 wide out here to the near side, and that's Sama. Just 1 catch tonight. Elam swings it over to Estep at the 30, across the 35, the 40, and he'll fight his way out to around the 45. Going to be very close to a first down, maybe a gain of 10 on the little swing pass, and move the chains.
Yeah, I think football right at the sticks, and they're going to go ahead and move it. You're right. So, you put the football in Cam Estep's hands, Colton Creekmore, any of those X-Factor back guys, I'm telling you, you just throw it out there to them, let them put on the Jets, and Cam Estep, man, doesn't disappoint right there. Move the chains for the Hounds.
First and 10 for Corbin from their own 45. Ball on the far hash. They'll hand off to Stevens. Stevens off the right side, makes one guy miss at the 50. Down inside the 45 to the Letcher Central 41-yard line.
Yeah, and the Hounds coming out fast. We talked about how the Hounds would do, at halftime, making those halftime adjustments. I mean, the chain guy can barely keep up moving those chains down the sideline. Man, Hounds coming out, good run again by number 27, Cole Stevens. Really good blocking over there on that side as well, by the wide receivers for the Hounds.
Jenny said he had 96.
Over 100.
At the half. He's got 15 there. My math tells me just north of 100.
That's right.
That's right.
Great job. That's
Great math skills there.
Yes.
2 wideouts to the left, 2 wideouts to the right. Elam takes the snap. Looking to pass, steps up into the pocket, and they knock the ball away. It's on the ground, and I believe the Red Hounds were able to recover it.
Yeah, I think so. Looked like, Kate Elam getting some pressure right there. We saw the Red Hound offensive line do a great job in pass protection, but, I think one of the defenders slipped by up front and got some pressure, and the Hounds really fortunate right there to come up with the loose football.
Might have been Reeder on the recovery for the Red Hounds to save the possession. Loss of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 16 for Corbin from the Letcher Central 46. Ball on the far hash. There's Akins on the handoff, coming to the near side across the 45.
Wow.
Has a block, gets across the 35 down to the 34. And they're going to say it's Letcher Central's ball. I thought that maybe that he was down, but it looked like that when Akins fell down, he had the football outstretched.
Man.
And they're going to call it a fumble, and Letcher Central is going to come up with the turnover.
Yeah, a tough break right there. I'm right there with you, Jason. I thought, Clay Akins was down. I was looking down at his stats, getting ready to talk about Clay Akins a little bit, and, man, you look up, and it's a Letcher County Central ball, so a tough break for the Hounds. And, Letcher County looking to take advantage right here on the turnover.
May have been knocked away, and then the only thing that he could do was just put his hand on it, but that wasn't able to secure it enough. Letcher Central with the ball here from their own 33. They'll swing it over, trying to find number 1 for Letcher Central. It's incomplete.
That's that name again,
Jet
Jason.
Outlaw.
There we go. I love it. Jet Outlaw. You're right. I got to say it too. But Deshaun Brooks does a good job in coverage and, kind of coming underneath the route and forces the ball to kind of fly on Gunnar Holbrook. So Hounds get the reset right here.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. We had an illegal procedure, so penalty there.
There we go.
It 1st and 15. Once again, Jenny saves the day on us.
That's right, yeah.
I'm glad you're paying attention.
That's right.
1st and 15 from their own 28 for the Cougars. Ball on the near hash, moving from left to right. Corbin showing pressure off the edges. Holbrook keeps it himself, runs around the left side, and it'll be tackled at about the 37-yard line. We'll get a big chunk of that back, and we'll make this 2nd down and about 5.
Yeah, Hounds playing really, really, kind of pass coverage, if you will, right there on 1st and 15. We see Jonah Mahan, outside linebacker for the Hounds, come in there and make that hit. And, the Letcher County looks up and see the Hounds kind of defense kind of backed out of there and really get a good run off the left side of the Hounds defense.
Yeah, the pressure came off the left side, and Holbrook kind of went the opposite way.
Yes, that's right.
2nd and 5 for Letcher Central from their own 38. 9:16 to go here in the 3rd. Corbin on top, 28-0. And a timeout by Letcher Central. It's their first of the half. They'll have 2 remaining. We'll take one as well. It'll be a 30-second timeout as Corbin on top of Letcher Central, 28-0 with 9:12 to go in the 3rd. This is Red Hound Football on T107.
Mountain Dew is like no other soft drink on earth. That's because Mountain Dew is the boldest soft drink the world has ever seen. Today, Mountain Dew, the most iconic flavor in the history of soft drinks, has spawned a new generation of outrageously craveable flavors that share its glory, like Mountain Dew Major Melon, Mountain Dew Code Red, Mountain Dew Spark, Mountain Dew Voltage, and Mountain Dew Livewire. So here's to the neon royalty of Dew and the Dew flavors that have come after it, the boldest flavors on earth.
And, Jenny, we want to thank our sponsors here
Yes, we have Pepsi, Hometown Bank, Owens Auto Repair, Tri-County Cycle Sales, and Sammy's Furniture. Thanks for sponsoring Corbin football this season.
Yeah, we appreciate that and allowing us to do a fun job up here right now. Corbin's on top 28-0. Letcher Central looking at 2nd and 5, and that was Williams on the carry for Letcher Central, and he may have lost a yard on that. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Man,
maybe 3rd and 6.
Look like Grant Rivers on the hit, and big Malachi Brown number 0 as well. And man, just putting instant pressure in the backfield and creates a huge opportunity right here for the Hounds defense, bringing up a 3rd down. So crowd really kind of getting into this football game. Hounds huge 3rd down opportunity right here.
Well, the Red Hounds had scored on every possession they had in the first half. Come out of the second half with the fumble.
Yes.
That will negate that score, and they'd love to get the ball back here if they can get a stop on 3rd down. Empty backfield for Letcher Central. Holbrook takes the shotgun snap, looking to pass. Pressure coming. Goes across the middle of the field, complete right at the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. That's a nice throw and catch by, and I believe that was Smith on the catch.
Yeah, I think so, and just a good kind of route across the middle, kind of found a little bit of a spot in there, and Holbrook delivers a good ball and move the chains for Letcher County Cougars.
Actually, that was Keaston Branham.
Yes.
On the catch.
Yeah, number 13. That's right.
3 wide outs to the left, 1 wide out to the right as Letcher Central converts on 3rd and 5. And Corbin will jump. Really trying to jump that snap count and trying to bring some more pressure off the edges, and be 5 yards free for Letcher Central and bring up 1st and 5.
Yeah, and Letcher Central really doing a good job right there. I mean, you don't want to let a football team, especially the Hounds being so good up front, jump that count like you said, Jason. But so the Hounds really kind of got to be disciplined in there. So Letcher County taking advantage and get a free 5 yards right there.
1st and 5 for Letcher Central from the Corbin 48. 3 wide outs to the left, 1 wide out to the right. Now they'll look to the sideline for the call. Move from the pistol formation to the shotgun. Williams to the left of Holbrook. Holbrook looking to pass. Rolling here to the near side. Throws across his body. Got it complete at the 38 and spun down at the 36-yard line. That's Branham again on the catch. Back-to-back catches, back-to-back 1st downs for Letcher Central.
Yeah, really, Branham kind of patrolling the middle, finding a little opening in the zone. Looked like Jonah Mahan making that hit, Cam Estep as well. But, Letcher County moving the football a little bit. Hounds got to, find a way to kind of get this Letcher County football team stopped behind the chains.
Under 7 minutes here in the 3rd. Corbin leads 28-0, but Letcher Central putting together an impressive drive. Here's Holbrook taking the snap, rolling to the near side.
There we go.
Down, and Malachi will drop him at the 47-yard line.
Man, and that's big bad Malachi Brown right there coming off that left edge, putting instant pressure in the backfield. And, we talked about Malachi Brown, kind of breaking out tonight, if you will, on senior night. Malachi, just a sophomore, but really comes off that edge. And we see why, Malachi Brown, is who he is, doing a great job, at defensive end for the Hounds.
2nd and 20 now for Letcher Central. From from the Corbin 46. Ball on the near hash, moving from left to right. 2 wide outs to the left, 1 wide out here to the near side. Williams to the right of Holbrook. Holbrook, hard count, now takes the snap. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, running around the left end. Across the 40, the 35, and will be dropped down at the 36.
Yeah,
so it'll make this 3rd down a little more manageable for the Cougars.
Yeah, just taking the football around that left side and just turning the jets on. We see Hounds tackling leader Jonah Mahan in space making that hit, but you're right, does create that 3rd and manageable for Letcher County Cougars as, the Hounds really, we've seen Letcher County have a big drive in the first half, and right here really, got a drive going again. So Hounds defense got to find a way right here on 3rd down.
3rd and 5 for Letcher Central from their own 31. Ball on the far hash. Moving from left to right. 2 wide outs either way. Holbrook from the gun. Showing blitz up the middle is Corbin. Gets it to Branham on the pass play. Down to the 20. 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 5. Couple of 3rd down conversions for this Letcher Central team. They're moving the football inside the 20-yard line. to the Corbin 18.
Yeah, and the Hounds put instant pressure right up the middle there, right over top of the center. And, Holbrook, being a really good, smart quarterback, throws it where the pressure is, right across the middle. And we see number 13, Branham, getting another catch right there. So, again, Hounds, got to find an answer.
4:50 and counting here in the third. Corbin up 28-0, but Letcher Central threatening here from the Corbin 18-yard line. Pistol formation with Williams 2 yards deep behind Holbrook. There's the snap, and there's the give to Williams. And Williams is met in the middle by Brown.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. He read that play perfectly, got right in the hole, and met Williams there at the 20.
Man.
And that'll be a loss of 2 on the play, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, Malachi Brown, a difference maker. I mean, just, he's sitting there at that defensive end, and like you said, read that play perfectly. He's at that left defensive end spot and just kind of comes across the formation and, makes the big hit inside for the Hounds. Another great play by Malachi Brown at left defensive end for the Hounds defense.
Just a sophomore.
Yes.
Just a sophomore.
Unreal.
Hard to believe.
Yes.
1 wide out to the left, 3 wide outs to the right here for Letcher Central. 2nd and 12 from the Corbin 20. And Holbrook will keep it himself, and he'll be hit at the 20. Fights for maybe inside the 19, maybe to the 18. As that'll be a gain of about 2, and it'll bring up 3rd and 10. Can this Corbin defense keep Letcher Central out of the end zone and keep that goose egg on the scoreboard?
That's right. And Griffin Bates, Caleb Shepard, and Jonah Mahan in on that hit. And we've talked about it. I mean, we've seen the Hounds do that a lot this year. You keep the offense in between the 20s. And, man, Hounds defense getting really, really stingy right now with the Cougars in the red zone.
3rd, and we'll call it 11 for Letcher Central. Shotgun snap. They'll give to Williams off the left side, and Corbin will contain him after about just a couple yards is all. That's going to bring up 4th and 10.
Yeah, and I love how Jace Hatfield and the Hounds defense really, defense coordinator Coach Guy Lou Allen, again, as Letcher County gets closer, to the end zone or in the red zone, if you will, Coach defense coordinator Guy Lou Allen starts to bring a little more pressure and a little more pressure. And so really good to see, the Hounds dial it up a little bit, if you will, and, get this 4th down and, get the opportunity to get off the field right here.
4th and 10 coming up here for Letcher Central from the Corbin 18. And now Letcher Central will elect to take a timeout. That's their 2nd timeout of the half. They'll have 1 remaining. 2:25 left here in the 3rd, and it is Corbin on top, 28-0. We'll take a 30-second timeout. This is Red Hound Football on T107.
Need auto repairs? Then you need Owens Auto Repair. Owens offers a wide variety of parts and services. You'll find all the top name brand batteries and tires to a full line of truck and auto parts. Utility beds, Sherman-Williams auto paint, weather guard toolboxes, custom-made hydraulic hoses, and yes, service work for cars, trucks, and RVs. Whether it's auto repairs or just a battery or new tires, Owens Auto Repair has you covered. Owens Auto Repair, serving you for more than half a century. Located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin.
Corbin on top of Letcher Central, 28-0 here late in the 3rd quarter. Letcher Central looking at a 4th and 10 from the Corbin 18. This is the first time that Letcher Central has been in the red zone this game.
Yeah, Hounds done a good job all night long, and really, Letcher County starting to drive the football again. Their 2nd really pretty good positive drive. But again, the Letcher County gets in that red zone, and that Red Hounds defense just really shuts down the offensive attack for the Cougars.
2:25 to go here in the 3rd. Corbin on top, 28-0. 4th and 10 here for Letcher Central from the Corbin 17. Pistol formation for the Cougars. Play action, looking to pass, taking a shot to the end zone. He's got a man, and Brooks is there at the last second to knock it away from Jet Outlaw, or that would have been a touchdown for the Cougars. So this Red Hound defense, JB, ends but doesn't break, and they get another big 4th down stop. This one coming in the red zone.
And I'll tell you what, I really thought Outlaw may have had a step or two right there in that corner route and, run the corner end zone. But, man, Deshaun Brooks puts on the Jets and gets his hand out there at the last second and knocks the ball away. So really, really good play right there by number 8 and senior Deshaun Brooks for the Red Hound defense.
So the Red Hounds will get the ball back with 2:18 left here in the third, leading 28-0. Two wide either side. There's Stevens off the right side, and he'll be met after about a 2-yard gain.
It's just another sign of, the Hounds wanting to run the football, and you get the 2-yard gain, you get the 5-yard gain, and then maybe later in the football game you get the big gain. So I love to see the Hounds just kind of chipping away with that running game and doing a good job up front.
2nd and 10 for the Red Hounds from the 20. Two wide outs to the right, two wide outs to the left for Elam and company. Now he'll do a hard count, look to the sideline. Now looking over this Letcher Central defense, swings it over to Estep here to the near side. Gets a good block across the 20, the 25, the 30, and breaks one tackle at the 35 out to the 37-yard line. It's a first down for Corbin, and that's a nice block in space there. That's get you excited, Coach.
Oh, man, just good blocking, and you want to see that. And then you get the little, I love to call it a little bit of a twitch from Cam Estep, and then, just gets north and south. Good blocking and a quick twitch, man, equals a first down for the Hounds. So, again, another great job by the Hounds offense moving the chains.
1st and 10 from their own 37. This is Stevens again running right up the gut. Breaks one tackle at the 48.
Wow.
Into Letcher Central territory to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, good run right there. Just taking a gun snap, kind of in that ace formation look for one back attack. And Cole Stevens gets behind his big line, Seth Jones, and then big number 53 for the Hounds, Gavin Hinkle, and gashes the Letcher County Cougars.
22-yard gain for Stevens. Now they'll swing it to Creekmore right back to play. Creekmore brought down from behind at the 45-yard line. If it hadn't been for that tackle, he might have broke for a double-digit run.
And I love that. I love that formation right there, Jason. Creekmore on one side, Estep on the other.
2nd and 4 from the Letcher 35. Now they'll swing it over here to Estep. Estep has the first down and more inside the 25 to the 22-yard line.
Yeah.
This is a Corbin Red Hound team that averages about 52 plays a game. They are up tempo, and right now I think they're probably at a little faster clip.
I think so. Just firing and cranking it. You throw it left, you throw it right, you get the run underneath. Red Hound's going fast.
There's the give to Stevens off the right side. He's down to the 20, spun down at the 19. That'll be a gain of 4, and they'll bring up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and then you got the great playmaker right there, number 14, quarterback Kate Elam, just, making all those calls, making all those reads. You got a balanced offensive attack, like we said, Creekmore on one side, Estep on the other, and, man, Cole Stevens in the backfield, and the big Red Hound offensive line pounding away. Just a really, really good offensive attack right here for the Hounds offense.
Miller lost his helmet. He has to come out, and Marlowe will come in, take his place. But before we do that, the third quarter period has come to an end, and the Red Hounds will head to the fourth with a 28-0 lead over Letcher Central. We will take a 1-minute timeout. This is Red Hound football on T107.
Hey, this is Sammy from Sammy's Furniture, and if you wake up every morning on the 20-yard line and feel like you can't make it to the end zone, that's because you're not sleeping on a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Guys, we got over 62 floor model mattresses, and they're in stock and ready to be taken home today. We'll help you find a mattress that won't break your back or your budget. We've got discounts when you pick it up, and 12 months same as cash financing if you need it, folks. At Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, we're open 7 days a week from 10 to 6. On Sundays from 12 to 5, you can score a touchdown with a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Come see us today.
For over 56 years, Tri-County Cycle Sales and the Hart family have kept you on the trails with the biggest names in off-road adventure. Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, CF Moto. No matter which brand excites you the most, you'll always receive service after the sale when you purchase your next side-by-side, ATV, or motorcycle from the Hart family in Tri-County Cycle Sales. From southeastern Kentucky to parts of Tennessee and Virginia, your next off-road adventure starts with Tri-County Cycle Sales. Located at 8775 U.S. Highway 25 in Corbin, across from Kentucky Outdoorsman. Phone 606-528-4792.
Well, Corbin scored 28 points there in the first half, but came up with a goose egg there in the third quarter. Good news is Letcher Central wasn't able to get in the end zone either.
That's right.
So it's 28-0 is the difference right now. The Red Hounds in the red zone here to start the fourth quarter. There's the give to Stevens on the carry down to the 18-yard line. And that'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Hounds looking to reset. Cole, not much positive yards right there, Cole Stevens, but it's all about the box count, all about the read. Cade Elam looks up there, he gets that read and gives it to Cole Stevens right there.
Shotgun formation, 2 wide either side. There's the snap, looking to pass is Elam. Has E-step in the middle of the field, has the first down, and will be knocked down around the 6-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for Corbin.
Man, just really smart football. I mean, I can't talk about it enough. Just smart football. You look at the formation, you look at what you got a couple plays to pick from, and, man, Kate Elam just does a great job, delivers a strike right there on the quick route to Cam E-step, and, gets up in there and moves those chains.
Big first down conversion there, third down conversion for Corbin. 1st and goal from the 6. They'll give the Stevens off the left side, and he'll be stopped at about the 5 after a gain of a yard. And now penalty marker comes in at the tail end of the play.
Man, not sure what the flag was. Saw the jump cut by Cole Stevens to kind of get outside on that left side, but you're right, flag coming out right here. And be interesting to see what the flag is. As the Hounds really trying to, put another score on the board right here.
And the officials are huddled up there to discuss it. 11 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. Corbin on top, 28-0 as they open up district play tonight. The way that Letcher Central is clapping, this may go against the Red Hounds. Here is the official who is waving off the flag. So.
A good break right there for the Hounds. So, yeah, I think you're right. I think it was going to go against the Hounds, but, the referees wave off the flag, and Hounds look to reset right here on 2nd down.
A good piece of officiating.
Yes.
Got together and
yes.
Asked everybody what they saw on that play, and it seems like they were all in agreement. So, 2nd and goal from the 5. This is Stevens off the right side, battles his way down to the 2.
Yeah, and I like that read. I mean, you're just like, you know what, we're not going to get fancy here. We're just going to, kind of shove the ball into the end zone and get behind that big Red Hound offensive line. And number 27, Cole Stevens, just pounds the rock up in there just a little bit shy of the goal line.
3rd and goal from the 2 for the Red Hounds. Under 10 minutes, 20 seconds here in the 4th quarter. Corbin on top 28-0, but trying to add more to the total. Stevens to the left side of Elam. Elam takes the snap, gives to Stevens. Stevens running to the far pylon. Touchdown, Corbin.
Yeah, just a good job right there. Cole Stevens didn't know if that play maybe was supposed to hit a little bit more inside, but as soon as Cole Stevens got the football, just outrun the defender to the pylon, if you will, and got in on that right corner of the end zone to extend this Red Hound drive. And just a really good, stop by the Hounds defense, and then the offense responds with that big, long drive to put another touchdown on the board. And I really love, like you said, Jason, the Hounds really moving fast, really attacking in a hurry, and get the touchdown right there.
83-yard drive for Corbin. Takes a little more than 4 minutes off the clock. Simon on for the extra point. He stays perfect on the season as Corbin on top of Letcher County Central, 35-0 with 10:04 left here in the game. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T107.
Ever heard the phrase big enough to serve you, small enough to know you? It's true at Hometown Bank. From the easy-to-use mobile app to online banking and even bill pay, Hometown Bank has everything you need to make banking easier. Whether you need to make a mobile deposit or would rather stop in and see a friendly, smiling face in person, Hometown Bank is here and ready to help. Stop in and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We're back. And welcome back to Campbell Field with the Red Hounds on. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Man, that was my best coming back to.
I like it.
I ruined it. I mean, I just wasted it.
That's right.
And welcome back to Campbell Field as Stevens with a 2-yard touchdown run is able, critics everywhere, man, 2-yard touchdown run here to put Corbin on top. 35-0 is a 83-yard drive, JB. Took a little more than 4 minutes off the clock.
Yes.
You got to like how the Red Hounds have responded.
Yeah, you can go 80 yards in 4 minutes, man. You're moving fast, and just another great response. You get the defensive stop and get the quick touchdown. So great job again in this second half by the Hounds offense.
Sima's kick is end over end, and it will have a chance to be returned from the 3 across the 5, angles to the near sideline across the 40, and Sima will spin him down at the 49-yard line.
Man, good saving tackle right there by Noah Sima. And the first return we've seen, in this football game by Letcher County. But, man, they get their money's worth right there and set the offense for Letcher County up right around midfield. And, if it wasn't for Noah Sima kind of playing that safety, Noah Sima, of course, the kicker, playing that safety role, comes up and makes that hit, right at midfield. So, good play right there by number 2 in special teams, Noah Sima.
9:12 left here in the game. Corbin on top 35-0. Letcher Central, the nice return there out to their 49. Ball on the near hash, moving from right to left. 2 wideouts to the near side line, 2 wideouts to the right. Holbrook takes the snap. Here comes pressure, he gets it away, complete at the Corbin 46, and will be spun out of bounds there.
Good job right there in space. Looked like Nashawn Brooks again on the hit. Of course, Nashawn Brooks, 36 tackles coming into this football game and doing a good job right there in space. Also, Nashawn Brooks with, the big pick-6 interception, doing a good job at defensive back, covering the receiver, and then cutting up, making a hit right there as well.
Kinser on the reception for Letcher Central. Gain of 7 on the play, 2nd and 3 coming up. And Holbrook will keep it himself, and he'll have the first down as he twists and knifes his way down inside the 40 to maybe the Corbin 38.
Looked like Max Farmer, Silas Mahan in on that hit right there, and Letcher County moving the ball. Again, first down for the Cougars, but, Hounds right here on their own 39-yard line looking to get off the field. I know, the Cougars got a first down. Hounds always want to keep the offense in between the 20s. Yep. So see if the Hounds can do that right here on the defensive side for the Corbin Red Hounds.
Gain of 5 for Holbrook. A new set of downs for Letcher Central from the Corbin 39. Moving from right to left, 2 wide outs to the right, 1 wide out to the left. Gun formation. There's the snap, looking to pass. Looking for Smith. Smith goes up, and it's knocked away at the last second by Brooks. I'm telling you what, it's been fun to watch Smith and Brooks battle all night.
Yeah, they've been going at it, and we saw them almost a catch right there, and Sean Brooks doing a good job earlier in the football game. A good battle. You're right, Jason. They've been going at it all night long, and Sean Brooks, just being a really good football player right there. A good we saw him make that hit earlier in the previous play, and talked about his coverage skills, and we see him right there on the next play. So tip your hat right there to senior Deshaun Brooks.
2 wide outs to the right, 2 wide outs to the left. Shotgun formation for Letcher Central. 2nd and 10 from the Corbin 39. Looking to pass, pressure.
Wow, there we go.
Drop him back at the Corbin 47-yard line.
Man, big hit right there. Good pressure. Hounds only rushing 4. Of course, Hounds base defense got that 4-man front. We see Miles Marlowe, number 55, and number 76, Jace Hatfield, kind of in there on that sack. So good pressure up front, and that's what that does. When you get that 2nd and long or that 3rd and long, whatever you want to get the offense into, you get to pin your ears back a little bit and go get the quarterback. And Jace Hatfield and Miles Marlowe did just that right there.
Approaching under the 6-minute mark here in the game. Corbin on top, 35-0. 3rd and 18 for Letcher Central, and man comes off the backside and will sack Holbrook back at the 40. So back-to-back sacks for this Corbin defense. Just destroys this offensive drive by Letcher Central, and the punting unit is coming on the field.
And Jonah Mahan off that edge, and I love how on 3rd down and 3rd and long, Coach Defense Coordinator Guy Lou Allen brings the heat off that edge, and you don't give Holbrook time to look downfield to get the deep receiver. You get instant pressure, and number 28, Jonah Mahan, closes the door and gets the big sack right there for the Hounds defense.
Letcher Central getting some players on late here in this punting formation. E-Step is standing inside his 25-yard line between the hash marks. And it's going to be a fake, or was he pressured? Here comes Smith with it, running across the 40, and he'll be tackled at the 49 yard line. It looked like maybe the pressure was coming on that right side. He couldn't punt the football, so he had to bring it down, and then he runs here to the near side, but not enough for a first down, and Corbin will take over at the Letcher Central 49.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I mean, I think that was
the punter.
That was an intended punt, but you're right, Jason. The Hounds' pressure really got to the punter Smith, and had to pull the ball down and take off. And the Hounds, do a good job in getting Smith down and creating another opportunity right here at midfield for the Hounds' offense.
Yeah, I think Smith, talking with the coach there, Charles Matthews, the head coach of Letcher Central, telling him just that very thing that I was trying. I was trying to punt him, but here came the pressure, so I had to bring him back down. So.
That's right. Got to have a little blocking up front, he's probably saying, but the Hounds defense really take advantage right there.
Corbin on the near hash at the Letcher Central 49, moving from left to right. Move Akins to the left of Sammons, who's now in at quarterback, swinging over to Person, and face mask may be the call, but Person gets away from the tackler, runs down the the far sideline, puts on the Jets, and gets deep into Letcher Central territory to the Letcher Central 28-yard line.
And I get to say it again. I mean, big play Trey right there. He throws a rocket screen out to the left side and, makes 2 or 3 defenders miss. Use the stiff arm as well, and, man, jets down the left sideline. So great throw by, you said, new quarterback Mason Sammons to Trey Person out there on the rocket screen to the left, and Trey Person, gets the job done right there.
It looked like that may go for a 5-yard loss.
Yes.
As it goes about a 20-yard gain. Here's Akins, and he'll run off the left side, get down to the 22-yard line. They also tacked on the face mask penalty at the end of that play as well. And you think about that, Person had his face mask almost jerked off, and he still was able to run.
That's right. Yeah, it just talks to the athlete that Trey Person is and did a great job. So, yeah, exactly. Just taking advantage of every opportunity, and big play Trey delivered right there.
2nd and 8 for Corbin from the Letcher Central 21. Sammons bobbles the snap, but tries to get away, trying to find Petrosky coming here in the flat. Throw a little low and behind Petrosky, falls incomplete. And 2:35 on the clock.
Yeah, and I love Jason how quarterback Cade Elam does his thing, does his job, and we get to see quarterback Mason Sammons come in here and get some quality reps right here under the Friday night lights at Campbell Field.
3rd and 8 for Corbin from the Letcher Central 21. 2:15 to go in the game. Corbin on top, 35-0. Hand off to Akins off the left end, and he will be knocked out of bounds right around the 25-yard line. May have said that he stepped out of bounds at the not the 25, the 16.
And Clay Akins doing a good job coming into the football game. Coming into this football game, had 16 carries, 123 yards, almost, kind of just a little bit of a spark plug for the Red Hound offense as the season's played out. But Clay Akins in there working hard at the running back position for the Hounds.
4th and 3 for Corbin from the Letcher Central 16. Sammons looking to pass, and he had Creekmore, but the pass sailed on him just a little bit. It falls incomplete, and Letcher Central will take over on downs at their own 16-yard line with 1:25 to go in the game.
Yeah, tough break right there for the Hounds. You said it exactly, Jason. Just the ball kind of sailed a little bit, and unfortunately for the Hounds, had a receiver in the end zone. It was going to break free and put more points on the board. But, again, just good to see Mason Sammons in there getting good reps and, working under the lights. And, as Mason Sammons grows as a quarterback and gets better and better and better, just great things to come for quarterback Mason Sammons.
Yeah, throws a nice tight spiral, too.
Yes,
I noticed on that one. Just maybe got a little too excited seeing there. There's Letcher Central. From the gun, we'll hand off to Williams. Williams up to the 19-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3. 37 seconds and counting, and this one might have time for one more play.
Looks like Miles Marlowe in on the hit, getting Keegan Stacy in there. A lot of new Hounds in there getting work. Good to see those guys. Number 37, Xavier Beller in there as well, working hard for the Hounds D.
Shotgun formation. There's the snap. There's the give to Williams off the right side using his blockers. But Corbin does a great job of stringing that play out and will stop him at about the 20-yard line after a short gain. 5 seconds left on the clock, and that's going to do it. So the Corbin Red Hounds open district play with a nice win over Letcher Central 35-0. Just a nice, solid effort there by the Red Hounds, JB.
Yeah, just a good, great effort right here on senior night as the fireworks, coming out right here. Hounds do, just a great job jumping on the Letcher County Cougars in a hurry. And, man, offense, defense, and we even seen special teams playing great tonight. So, just an all-around big win. You get your first district win of the night. Of the season as well. So good to see the Hounds coming out after the big win last week at Johnson Central. We talked about, Jason, how would the Hounds respond? They answer the bell and just play good Corbin Red Hound football tonight.
Well, again, your final is Corbin 35, Letcher Central 0. For Letcher Central, they'll see their record drop to 3-4. And for the Red Hounds, they'll see their record improve to 6-1. They'll also move to 1-0 in the district. Letcher Central will be 0-1 in the district. We'll take a 1-minute break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the stats and review the scoring summary of this one. Again, your final from Campbell Field: Corbin 35, Letcher Central 0. We'll take a 1-minute break. This is Red Hound Football on T1073.
Need auto repairs? Then you need Owens Auto Repair. Owens offers a wide variety of parts and services. You'll find all the top name brand batteries and tires to a full line of truck and auto parts. Utility beds, Sherman-Williams auto paint, weather guard toolboxes, custom-made hydraulic hoses, and yes, service work for cars, trucks, and RVs. Whether it's auto repairs or just a battery or new tires, Owens Auto Repair has you covered. Owens Auto Repair, serving you for more than half a century. Located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin.
For over 56 years, Tri-County Cycle Sales in the Hart family have kept you on the trails with the biggest names in off-road adventure. Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, CF Moto. No matter which brand excites you the most, you'll always receive service after the sale when you purchase your next side-by-side, ATV, or motorcycle from the Hart family in Tri-County Cycle Sales. From southeastern Kentucky to parts of Tennessee and Virginia, your next off-road adventure starts with Tri-County Cycle Sales. Located at 8775 U.S. Highway 25 in Corbin, across from Kentucky Outdoorsman. Phone 606-528-4792.
We had Cam as defense.
Ladies and gentlemen, Loretta Wilson, APRN from Grace Health Nursing Home.
And welcome back here to Campbell Field. This was the Grace Health Bowl as well. And the Corbin winner of the Grace Health Bowl, 35-0. Corbin got off to a fast start. They led 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. And Letcher Central put together a pretty good drive, took a lot of time off the clock, but the Corbin defense was able to turn them away, get the ball back. They scored right before halftime, and Corbin was on top 28-0. Neither team was able to score in the third quarter, and Corbin had a great red zone stop with Brooks knocking the ball away in the end zone to prevent a score by Letcher Central. Red Hounds did finally put a touchdown on the board in that fourth quarter to go away in this one, 35-0, to improve their record now to 6-1 on the season, 1-0 in the district.
Yeah, just again, we talked about it before the break, and just a great job by the Hounds. And you look at Coach Salmons and the coaching staff for the Hounds. You want to come out sharp. You want to come out crisp, especially after that big win last week. And so we see those guys doing a great job. The coaching staff getting the Hounds ready to go and getting the win. So just another great win, another the first district win of the season. And man, just the Hounds get it done right here at Campbell Field. Looking forward to moving to next week district game as well.
And take a quick look here at our players of the game for Bubby's Barbecue.
For Bubby's Barbecue, players of the game, offense, we've got Cole Stevens. And defense, we've got Malachi Brown, big leading tackler tonight.
Malachi Brown doing a good job, and you mentioned Cole Stevens as well. We talked about that in the pregame show. We talked about it, all game long. Hounds needed to come out and get the running game going with Cole Stevens, number 27. And, man, they didn't disappoint. You can't be one-dimensional if you're going to go to Kroger Field. You got to have both sides, the passing game, the running game going. Hounds didn't disappoint tonight.
96 yards at halftime.
Yes.
And, went well over 100 for the game. And he is also the Grace Health player of the game as well, and so was Malachi Brown on defense for the Grace Health players of the game here on the Grace Health Bowl. And one thing that I really noticed there, JB, is that when they called those kids' names, everybody cheered. You thought that everybody on that Corbin team just got their name called out. I think that's a good testament to Coach Salmons and his program.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Coach Salmons got everybody bought in. I mean, you want your football team to be ready to go. You want your team to be able to, if you will, as a football coach, to run through that wall for you. And, I mean, the Red Hounds are ready to do just that. And, we talked about getting the first district win tonight, and it's going to be a really fun run to watch this 2024 football team and this group of seniors lead the Hounds as they make this big playoff run, getting going towards Kroger Field.
Well, it was a happy senior night, and we appreciate you all being here tonight and joining us.
Cade got recognized for I don't know how many thousand yards.
Oh, wow.
He got a record. I mean, he got recognized for hitting one
of the Hounds records.
Big milestone. So I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, he's got to be right.
Yes.
I mean, he's got to be. He was over 7,000 yards.
So one of probably the all-time leading passer at the Hounds. Didn't quite catch it. You're right, Jenny. But Cade Elam just my goodness, doing what he does, and just you never want to take a player like that. I mean, it's easy to look out there. Cade Elam makes it look easy, so it's easy to look out there and say, oh, that's just no big deal. But Cade Elam, just a special player at the quarterback position for the Corbin Red Hounds.
Well, we appreciate you guys hanging in there with us tonight. And for our friends over in Letcher County, in Whitesburg, Jenkins, Fleming, Neon, thank you all so much for joining us here tonight. It's been a pleasure to bring you Red Hound football and Cougar football here tonight from Campbell Field on T107. Our next broadcast will be the Coach Salmons Red Hound Coaches Show, and you can find out what Elam broke on those records, right?
That's right.
Get the scoop on that. Plus, you get an idea of the upcoming game and get to meet some of the players. And you guys do a great job interviewing those players. It's been a lot of fun listening to those guys, and they handle themselves so well. So great job to you all, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. And, man, just a shout-out to Red Hound Nation. And, again, appreciate everybody listening live right here on T107. Red Hound football, man, it's going to be had been a great first half of the season, and just look forward to the second half of this season. And, man, just fun to watch these Corbin Red Hounds play football.
Well, your final, Corbin knocks off Letcher County Central 35-0, and the scoreboard comes back on.
There we go.
Just in the nick of time.
That's right. Man.
We appreciate you all listening to us, and it's been a pleasure to bring you Red Hound football. Former broadcast partner JB Barnett and Jenny Barnett on stats. Appreciate you all so much. Thank you for listening. I'm Jason Koger saying good night and God bless.